Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the McDonCast, the funnest podcast in town.
The only podcast around. We are so back.
Wow, it's always good when we start a show off with a patented Sam burp.
That was a very quiet burp.
It's amazing how you time them.
That one wasn't even like a real burp.
You know what? Have we talked about this on the show before? Do you think it's a problem that none of our naming, branding, or slogan lets people know what this podcast is about?
It's the funnest podcast in town.
We're called the McDonCast. Our logo is just some paper, and then our slogan is the funnest podcast.
Well, the paper thing is more recent. It wasn't always like that.
But
it used to be French fries because we ate McDonald's.
But even then, no one would know that the thing we talk about is like movies and TV.
I mean, if you listen for like 5 minutes, I think you'll figure out.
I think it's hurting our algorithm. We need to redo the.
I don't think our
brand.
branding is the issue.
No,
the main like 15.
The issue is the content, but we can't fix that.
No, I mean it is what it is.
We are who we are.
If people want to watch us, they'll watch us. If they don't, they won't. You know, that's fine.
Anyway, welcome everybody back to the show.
We've got a brand new docket format.
Don't you?
I know none of you will ever see, but it's very fancy. It's got different colors.
I used one of the Google Docs default menu.
One of the AI generated.
Oh, are they AI generated?
I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's just it's just the size of the font.
It's just like a format. Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Anyway, before
speaking of AI generated.
Okay, hang on
AI
1 second.
This week.
Before we get to a brief rundown, just some housekeeping before we get to the rest of the show. If you're watching this, you're probably watching this on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/the McDonCast. 2 numbers. I forget what numbers. Just look up the McDonCast.
73.
73. Look us up on YouTube. You know where to find us. And then we're also, of course, on Spotify, all your audio platforms. You can like the things. You can leave comments.
All the websites Joe Rogan do
on. Reviews.
We're on all those websites. Unless he owns a website that's like just for his stuff. We're not on that one.
We're not on the Joe Rogan merch website.
Yeah, we're not on there.
We do new episodes every Tuesday. Next week, we are going to be talking about The Long Walk, the new Stephen King film. Ooh. And then we're also going to be talking about the Emmys, which I think are on Thursday. They're at some point this week.
Happen?
Some of them
won some stuff already.
The Creative Arts Emmys were this weekend.
Okay. Yeah.
Which are like the awards that with the little people that people don't know.
No, because Andor won like 4.
It won, I think, some production design and costume stuff.
Editing too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Good on them. I wish it had been nominated for any of the major awards that it was all snubbed
for. And it was
for.
The Who Are You episode that won the editing.
Yeah, I think that one was nominated for writing too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great episode. Anyways, let me give you guys a brief rundown of what we've got going on today. We got 28 years later, The Temple of Boning.
No,
Wuthering
Heights. I don't think that's what's going on.
That's what the movie's about. Hey, I mean that's the
Cinemax version.
That is in the movie, kinda.
That was going direct to video.
And then Wake Up Dead Man also got a trailer. Call of Duty, looking real dookie like over there. They made some choices.
We'll talk about it.
They are making movies, and even they're making decisions on how to get that done. And then James Gunn announced, you're never gonna get. I'll give you a second to guess. Based on what he's been greenlighting, I'll give you a second to guess at home.
Green Lantern Squirrel Solo TV show.
No, he's doing another Superman. So 4th Superman movie in a row is what we're doing. Yeah, because there's this one.
Right.
There's Superman 2, which he said is not this one.
No, this is Superman 2.
No, he said Superman 2 is a different movie.
This is the sequel he was talking about that he was writing.
No, he said specifically that there is a Superman 2 and it is not this.
No, he said that the follow-up...
said this movie is not Superman 2.
We'll talk about it, but you're wrong.
And then there's Supergirl as well, which is also going to be Superman.
Okay, and then we're going to...
Justice League at some point, which will probably
also
be
include
a Superman movie
for the most part. And then we're going to talk some TV. We're going to talk about the first 3 episodes of Peacemaker Season 2. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the first season of The Paper. I
still haven't watched Alien Earth. I did watch The Paper, though.
Did you get... How much did you get through?
I finished it.
Oh, you did the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Then we can talk about the whole season.
It's background noise. It's the show.
All right. Let's start off, though, Sam, with probably the biggest news of the week. And that is that James Gunn got on Twitter on Thursday morning to officially announce that the sequel, quotes, to Superman is titled Man of Tomorrow. It's going to release in theaters worldwide on July 9th, 2027. To announce it, he put out a little piece of comic book art of Lex Luthor in the classic big green mech suit, war suit.
And I guess he's done with
David Cornswit's Superman.
With his Twitter boycott. He's back on Twitter. He was Threads exclusive for
He
a
was
long
doing
time.
some Threads. I think he's mainly on Threads, but he is occasionally posting on Twitter. Either way, he is addicted to social media and he won't get off of it.
Yeah, and he said that the script is done.
Yes, they're fine-tuning.
He is refining it, whatever that entails.
Okay, I do have a couple thoughts on this. One, that is an incredibly quick turnaround for a sequel to Superman.
Is it, though?
2 years? That means they're going to have to start shooting this, like...
No, but I mean, like...
Early next year, like first week of January.
Let's think Phase 1 MCU.
Right.
How many years were there between Iron Man 1 and 2?
There were 2, but that movie was famously rushed and made Jon Favreau, like, want to end his life.
Right, but, like, presumably James Gunn wants to make this movie and, like, doesn't not want to make it. So, like,
right.
Presumably this would be more creatively driven than that.
But in the modern time we live in, I mean, like, Batman 2 is going to take over 5 years. Shang-Chi was supposed to get a sequel. That movie came out 4 years ago.
All these other movies are taking they're not supposed to take that long.
No,
this is a normal turnaround time. We're just so used to every movie taking 7 years to get a sequel.
Well, I do think the usual is like 3. Like the Captain America movies were all 3 years in between. Guardians of the Galaxy, I think it was 3 in between 1 and 2, and then it was like 6 in between 2 and 3. So, but 2 years. I mean, same. This is 2 summers from now. This isn't summer next year. It's the summer after that, which is a super, super packed year. I was just looking at other stuff for summer 2027. Star Wars Starfighter, Sam, How to Train Your Dragon 2, Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to come out 2 weeks before this movie. Shrek 5 is going to come out, I believe, the next week after. And then there's a little movie in May coming out called The Legend of Zelda. And that's just the summer. The rest of that year is packed too. Especially late towards Christmas and early that year as well has got some big movies. That's a lot of competition.
Yeah, I think more than half of that stuff is going to get moved around. I think that's like, we're kind of in this weird spot where we're just far away enough that everyone is just is like aiming for that, but I doubt.
I think hit that. I mean, Star Wars is shooting, so that's going to come out.
That'll come out.
Spider-Verse is going to come out. That'll be done by then. They're not going to delay that.
Will it though?
I think so. I mean, they've already secured like the IMAX deal for the screens, so I don't know if they can move it.
But I mean, it's Spider-Man. They can do whatever they want.
But like, you gonna push that back another year back for Spider-Verse?
I mean, it's Spider-Verse. That's what they do.
I mean, are you saying they would push it back because it won't be ready, or because it will not be able to compete with the rest?
Because it won't be ready. Like, we'll get there and then they'll be like, uh-oh, we forgot to make the second half. Gotta go do the rest of the movie.
So you don't think that one will make it?
I
mean, okay.
we know that they're recording voice lines now, which usually happens towards the end of an animated movie's production. But
I think
it is Spider-Verse, and these movies notoriously take forever.
They
and are subject to constant delays.
5 in between 1 and 2, so this will be 4. I mean, I think 4 is for the sequel that was supposed to be being made at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like clearly this movie's had some production difficulties.
Yeah, I do think there was like a big creative, like throw everything
Something
out,
happened,
start from scratch again. But like, How to Train Your Dragon 2, they greenlit like several months before the first one came out.
And we knew that.
So like that will be coming. Zelda's been cast.
Although
they're
not filming How to Train Your Dragon yet, are they?
I don't think so.
He just did Black Phone.
But they're about
filming it now.
They're about to. And then Zelda, I think Zelda might already be shooting because they cast those leads like several months ago.
Yeah, but they didn't cast. We haven't heard about.
We haven't heard about anyone else.
We haven't heard about Great Fountain Fairy.
But they could just be keeping all that
Tingle
under wraps.
Tingle.
You think Tingle's going to be in Zelda?
Do we cast a dwarf to play Tingle, or is that not okay?
I don't think Tingle will be in the movie at all.
Tingle will be in the movie.
I will.
You want to know how I know Tingle will be in the movie?
You really think they're going to put Tingle in the movie?
Tucker, who's making the movie?
Sony.
Do I need to elaborate, or does that basically spell out that Tingle's gonna be in the movie?
Okay, that just means
what?
That just means the movie won't be good.
I'm gonna go one step further. I think they're gonna turn Tingle into the Minions. I think there's gonna be like a bunch of Tingles.
No, I think
like a million Tingles.
I think they're gonna try to minion a different character.
No, if they were gonna
Tingle's not cute, and there's only one of him.
No, if they were gonna minion someone, it'd be the Koroks.
Yeah, it'd be like the Korok. Yeah, they're already cute, and they do
They already
poops.
speak in gibberish and like poop everywhere.
Yeah, you're gonna have so many poop jokes. You're gonna be filled to the brim. You're gonna be so happy.
Who is Tom Holland gonna play?
Zelda's dad.
He's not old enough to play Zelda's dad.
Why not?
Because Zelda's
Tom Holland's
dad
not
is
gonna be
like
in the movie.
100 and dead and a ghost also.
I don't know. There's not that many characters in Zelda. There's 2.
There's lots
3
in the newer ones. But there's just not in the old. Well, no, even
Fine.
the older ones had.
He
Seven
can play the
Sages.
bird guy.
He could play Rivali. He could play.
There's gonna be a lot of cartoon characters in this movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it's a fantasy movie, so like they were.
Maybe that's why we haven't heard about cast.
If you made this in the '90s, it'd all be puppets. So.
Maybe that's why we haven't heard about cast for it, is because it's all going to be just guys in mocap suits.
Yeah, but we'd still have like famous voice actors.
But they usually do that after the movie's already been shot.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got to go back to Superman. Also, 2027, because Batman is supposed to come out in October, Batman Part 2, 2027 will be the first time in cinematic history where a Batman movie and a Superman movie will release in the same calendar year.
You know what?
If Batman 2 actually makes that date.
You know what we're seeing the return of? Those like fan photoshopped movie posters of like Superman and Batman in the same movie, because they're not in the same universe now for some reason. Because James Gunn.
Well,
and also,
have you been seeing Clayface is shooting right now?
Yes.
And their Gotham looks different, and they've got different
logos. It
logos.
looks a little bit different.
They're shooting in the same place.
What I did notice, they published like a map of Gotham.
Yeah,
but the Matt Reeves map of Gotham is in that map. It's just like one part of it. Like there's 3 islands of the Gotham map that they released.
Mm-hmm.
The Matt Reeves Gotham is just the bottom island, but otherwise it's the same shit.
Do you think they could make a Clayface movie and then decide to mix them, or do you think they have to figure that out before? Keeping in mind that the Clayface movie was supposed to be in the Batman universe, and then James Gunn
put it past
snatched
James Gunn to just like be making this to try and court Matt Reeves into joining the DCU.
Matt Reeves is a producer on the Clayface movie, along with James Gunn.
I think they should just be the same thing. I don't know why we're even doing this stupid dance, because it's so dumb.
I don't know. I don't know.
And also tonally, if like the DCU
that's what they
Batman
keep saying is that the
going to be
tones
like
will mix.
a brighter Batman, why would you start off the Batman content with an R-rated body horror movie?
Well, what's really odd is that James Gunn keeps saying that it won't be a lighter Batman.
Then why are we doing?
Which makes me go, then why are we doing 2 different ones? Also, I think the big problem with that is then you have people comparing.
Yeah.
You don't want to roll out there with people being like...
Comparing against a very good Batman.
You don't want us to be coming home from Batman the Brave and the Bold, and the first thing we say on the podcast is...
I wish they didn't make this movie.
This Batman's not as good as Robert Pattinson's Batman. Like, that is not... You don't want that to be, like, the main focal point of conversation.
I hope they don't cast that guy as Batman. The guy from Titans.
The old man? Who? Oh, Alan Richardson?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he put out...
They keep fan casting and it's bad. It's not good.
He came out and he was like, I had a meeting with James Gunn, and he told me I'm not going to be Batman.
Yeah. He could play
someone else.
I was thinking, you know the boxer got Black Cat? Not... What's he called? The like boxer dude who like trained Batman in like hand-to-hand combat one time.
Wildcat?
Yeah, he could be Wildcat.
I wouldn't hate it, although I do think Wildcat...
He's a little young, but you could age him up.
Wildcat's in the mural that's true. So I think he existed in the past.
But that's fine. We could just say he's super old now. And we just put him in...
We put him in old man makeup, and he's still jacked.
Well, but then when he gets... Well, yeah, but like that's how the character is anyway. Like he's an old
80 years old and he's Alan Richardson.
And then we have it so like, you know, when this guy inevitably plays this character for 20 years, like we just put on less and less makeup as time goes on.
Anyway, Sam, this Superman post... It's called Man of Tomorrow. It is not called Superman : Man of Tomorrow or Superman 2. It's just called Man of Tomorrow.
That's dumb. And they're going to change it.
People are saying...
They're going to change it.
And based on the fact that Luthor and Superman are both in the art, I think this is a... And James Gunn has been saying that Superman is not the lead. I think this is...
a Lex Luthor movie?
I think Man of Tomorrow applies to both Superman and Lex Luthor. And I think this is a they have to team up.
No.
Okay, that is definitely what's happening, because if you look at the little key art, Lex Luthor's in his suit and Superman is holding like a screwdriver, like he helped
I
put it
don't want to
together.
see them team up. We barely even established that they hate each other.
I think
already.
that was kind of the whole last
we
movie.
got like they definitely hate each, but like I want to see Superman fight the robot Lex Luthor suit.
Oh well, Sam, they'll fight.
but they gotta spend the movie fighting.
You know how your traditional superhero team up movie is
Yeah,
they punch for a bit and then they're friends.
Then they're like, there's a bigger, eviler robot.
This one's gonna be the this one's gonna be the reverse.
Robot.
They're gonna have to be mates, and they're gonna have to defeat what is almost certainly going to be Brainiac as the main villain. And then at the end, Lex Luthor will be like, "Actually, I'm double crossing you, and I have an even eviler plan."
And I have an even eviler robot for you to punch. Yeah.
Well, he'll have his mech suit. They'll do a mech suit punch. Because I think Superman's gonna have to. I think to fight Brainiac, who will have alien technology. I think Lex Luthor's going to need some of the tech that Superman would have in the Fortress of Solitude. And that's what they're going to make his war suit out of.
Maybe.
I'm just spitballing. These are just theories. I will say
all the kryptonite's in space, right?
They have said there's none on Earth, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that to me that says Superman grabbed it all and threw it into space.
I would think, or he's got it in a vault in the fortress somewhere,
or he hired Batman to throw it into space.
Someone
threw it into space.
Someone threw it into space for him. Lobo, I think Lobo's going to be in this. Listen, here's why. They cast Jason Momoa as Lobo. He's in Supergirl, but he's not going to have a big role.
I think
so.
He
what
has
else is he going to be in?
Supergirl than we think. I think he's going to be like.
He's not in the comic that it's adapting at all.
Yeah, but
so I don't think it's going to be very much.
That doesn't matter. Neither was like Ehud Barak in the first Superman comic, but like he was in the movie, so like that's they add stuff. I
think he's going to be.
Lobo will be the thing that's like chasing her.
I think they're gonna.
I think that is going to be like a fairly major plot point.
I think he'll be in it for a little bit. I don't think he'll be in it a whole lot. I think he'll be in this
planet hopping.
Yeah,
presumably.
it's a cosmic adventure.
And we know that Lobo is like a bounty hunter who like chases people across planets. Like that seems to me to be like a very easy way.
I think she's going to be in this too.
Supergirl will be in this. Yeah.
I think so. And then Isabella Merced.
I think they've already basically said that she's in it. I mean, not explicitly, but like she's definitely going to be in it.
Isabella Merced also put out an Instagram post that was like, "We're back," and so presumably Hawkgirl and the Justice Gang will be in this as well. That's a lot of characters.
Just dude, I don't know. Justice Gang.
This honestly kind of sounds like a
Justice Gang.
This kind of sounds like a proto Justice League movie if we have Brainiac, Superman, Hawkgirl, Supergirl, Mr. Terrific.
You know what? Here's what I think is going to happen, okay? I think secretly Batman will be the Man of Tomorrow.
Okay. And so that's the dumbest theory you've ever had.
And he'll be in it. And Lex Luthor will be there too, and he'll be fresh out of prison. And he's going to abduct Superman's mom. And then Superman and Batman are going to have to fight to convince Batman to save Superman's mom. And then Wonder Woman will show up and they will fight.
Oh, this is a good. Hang on a minute.
Just like the last proto Justice League movie that we made prematurely, that like set up the groundwork for a butchering of a universe.
We both liked Superman. We thought it was good.
Superman was fine.
So I really think I have no reason to think this will be bad. I have been wanting Brainiac in a movie
Brainiac
is
forever.
A
very cool villain, and I do think that he would be a fun villain to have in this franchise.
Every Superman movie they've been trying to make since like 1990, they've at some point tried to include Brainiac, and it just hasn't ended up happening.
I think Brainiac is a hard villain to make scary sometimes, just because like his plan is always so silly.
Like he's like shrink the planet.
He's an evil robot who wants to shrink Earth, which like doesn't even meaningfully affect Earth all that much.
A lot of times he's gonna like.
He also like
sometimes he wants to like steal all of our information and then blow up the planet.
Yeah, but 90% of the time he just wants to shrink Earth and put it.
And
in
a lot of older
jar.
stuff when they weren't allowed to do murders, he just wanted to put everything in a jar.
And it's like, okay, I mean, like, so what? Like, if tomorrow you realized Earth was tiny and in a jar, you're still going to work tomorrow, so it doesn't really matter that much. But I think this specific iteration of the DC universe would be the best one for Brainiac to take part in.
Yeah, and this is also the only version of Lex Luthor I could ever see actually getting in the Big Mac suit and punching stuff.
Yeah, he's the only one who's like hater enough to build a big robot to punch Superman.
Or not like a weird, pathetic, weaselly Facebook man like in the Jesse Eisenberg
where
version.
he's just Mark Zuckerberg but with like
hair.
long hair and he's kind of greasier.
All right, Sam. If you want to hear some bad ideas, some Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor-esque plots.
Ooh, let's hear it.
The Call of Duty movie is officially a go at Paramount. Paramount and Activision have signed a deal for Paramount to produce a live-action major theatrical film adaptation of the Call of Duty video game franchise. The deal also encompasses the ability for the franchise to expand into a cinematic, interconnected universe based on the Call of Duty series that would span film and television.
That's honestly not even a bad idea.
Okay.
The campaigns for the first 3 Call of Duty games...
I'm really interested to see how you dig yourself out of this one.
...are actually, like... There's a reason why the people used to be so adamant about Call of Duty having a robust campaign mode. And it's because those initial Call of Duty games actually did have a fairly well-developed story about the trauma inflicted on these characters as a result of ongoing interventions in the Middle East. Like, that was a huge commentary that the game was making. Since then, it has kind of fast and furious itself into just, like, iterating to the point of absolute nonsense. But there was an actual cohesive, competent, well-done story in the first few Call of Duty games.
A good enough story to warrant several major films and then also interconnected television shows.
You could probably make like 3 films, like adapting each of the original campaigns.
But these are
I don't know if you can go beyond that, which obviously they plan to do.
These are just war movies, though.
Yeah, but like war movies are fine.
These are just like very generic war movies, are they not?
I mean, that's okay.
And also, you can't do any Middle East commentary. Paramount just ceded all of its like.
Well, yeah.
They just told the Trump administration they're just gonna suck up to them. But they're not gonna do anything.
Yeah, no. Like I'm saying, this could have been good. Like if we made it like maybe in like 2017.
Well, you know what would have made it good.
If maybe one of the most critically acclaimed directors of all time wanted to make it or something.
Was that Steven Spielberg? The Steven Spielberg,
the director,
the guy who makes all of the good movies ever made,
the guy who mostly makes bangers,
and who apparently is a very big fan of Call of Duty, reached out to Paramount when he heard about this.
He said, "Give me that,"
and
I want it.
offered to direct and produce the Call of Duty movie, but they turned him down because he wanted full creative control, and that scared them.
See. And based on my statements from 5 minutes ago,
legendary shooting yourself in the foot.
I think he wanted to properly adapt the story of the original the first few games, and they are like, that's politically complicated.
I think he
don't
wanted
want to do that
because the original Call of Duty games were World War II shooters. I think he wanted to make a World War II movie.
Yeah, I could have seen
and
that.
him being Steven Spielberg, I mean, he's obviously.
I was talking about the modern warfare games.
Yeah. But he's Jewish. He's made films about the Holocaust and World War II before.
That kind of fits nicely.
I think that was
his wheelhouse.
Probably what he wanted to do, and they were like, okay, final cut.
Why not?
They're scared.
What? Of what?
That
he is the most commercially viable director ever.
I think they were.
When has anything he made ever been like controversial? Wow, that Steven Spielberg movie really ruffled some
eyebrows.
When E.T. said E.T. phone home, I was clutching my pearls.
No, I don't think they were concerned about that. I think they were concerned that it wouldn't be. Like, you can't imagine that they were going to be like, it's not going to be action-y enough.
They didn't want to kill off the main characters.
They wanted it to be franchisable.
They didn't want to kill off the main characters, and they were worried Steven Spielberg would kill characters.
Because he would have come in, he would have done this one movie, and that would have been it. And they want this to be 8 movies.
Yeah.
And they were worried they wouldn't be able to do spin-offs off of it. Because, normally the fear when you have a director like that, and he wants to do this type of movie, is that he wants to do something weird with it. Steven Spielberg isn't that guy. Steven Spielberg made Ready Player One.
The weirdest thing he made is E.T. And that's like weird maybe only if you had to explain it to someone from like the 1910s.
Maybe AI was like his most.
That's probably his most out there movie.
Yeah.
But that's just because like it doesn't
just straight
make
up
any
blockbuster.
sense. Like that's just because it's like stupid.
But like this guy made Ready Player One. Like he's not against
Yeah.
just doing IP
That's what I'm
stuff
saying,
to
like,
do IP stuff.
He'll do IP slop. Like he doesn't mind.
And he'll make it somewhat watchable.
Like he'll make it like, compelling at least. Like
I can't believe they would just shoot him
truly
down.
do not understand why
Also,
you wouldn't say yes to that.
They have a whole new...
Paramount has made worse creative decisions like in the last year.
Paramount just hired Michael Bay to do another Transformers movie.
Yeah, like that's infinitely dumber than this.
And also, like Paramount, they have a whole new regime in there, leading everything from the top down. You think the first guy they'd want to be able to build a relationship with when they're trying to rebuild their theatrical film department is Steven Spielberg. You'd want to get him in the door and have him working for you like immediately. That's the dream. Like this is literally the dream scenario. You have the most successful box office and acclaimed filmmaker of all time who everyone likes and wants to work with. He came to you and was like, I'll do your IP slop movie for you.
I'll do it if for free, not for free,
He
but
was
like he'll do it.
And they were like, I don't know. Maybe we probably won't be able to like
And
do a Gatorade tie-in.
This is another guaranteed will make a bunch of money.
Probably, yeah.
Because the fan base for Call of Duty loves to consume the slop.
That is true.
And they'll see the movie and they'll go, slop! And they'll eat it so fast. They'll eat it in record time. It'll be just like the Minecraft movie, except they have actual valid reason to believe
I don't think it'll
be... not to the same degree.
It won't be
Minecraft
quite...
is bigger.
Yeah,
but
it'll probably be like half.
But like it's Call of Duty.
No, this will make money. It's an IP.
The video game. Mm-hmm. Call of Duty is the video game. Like when people imagine video game,
which
they imagine Call of Duty.
That is my main concern about it. Is that does this brand just lack so little? Does it have so little personality that it'll almost like just blend into the background? It's not like Minecraft where there's like all these iconic parts of it, and there's memes, and there's like decades of like community built around it. It's just kind of like a thing that has always existed.
Do they intentionally try to meme it up and make it stupid for like clickbait?
I don't think Paramount
Do you have,
will.
Like Sergeant General Salute Man, and he goes, "Do you hear that?
It's the Call
of Duty." And then like they shoot like a terrorist, and that's the movie.
I don't think Paramount would do that. That sounds like something Sony would do.
Paramount makes Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, but they don't like intentionally put out cringe memes on Twitter to like promote the movie. By the way, did you see that the One Battle After Another Twitter account has been doing that?
I think I did see that.
Everyone's clowning on their awful marketing campaign.
I just kind of was like, what?
That movie's going to lose so much money.
Hey, but the Fortnite skins look pretty
cool. Have they come out yet?
No, but they did release like the character models in Unreal Engine 5, and they look like way more realistic.
Is there going to be like a mechan area on the map?
I think it's just skins.
Okay.
Because the theme of the season is like Halo, we're killing aliens and bugs and stuff.
Oh.
And so like,
having
these characters be in Fortnite already.
Yeah, I don't know why they're there.
I think their big collab right now is Beavis and Butthead. That's the one that like just came out.
Wow, they are really running out of stuff.
They did One Punch Man like 2 weeks ago, and then now they're doing Beavis and Butthead this week. It's literally a different one it's been a different one every week this season. But it's been one battle after another. No, but they released the Unreal Engine like models. It was Leonardo DiCaprio's character, and then also the like karate teacher,
the Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, Benicio del Toro's character also has a model. I don't know if he'll get a skin, but they made a model.
I'm gonna buy the Bob Ferguson skin.
And again, he's like a super realistic version, like render,
just like
him.
regular clothes.
Like, if that's the model they put into Fortnite, it'll be like by far the most like detailed character. For, like,
that's awesome.
Random movie.
Okay. Anyway. I get it. Like Call of Duty, that's a big thing. This was always going to get a movie at some
That'll
point.
make $300 million.
But I just can't.
Easy.
I cannot believe that they
like the floor.
That.
I think the floor for that one's $300 million.
Probably. I think it's going to do probably 4 to 5.
More than that. Yeah.
4 to 5. If it gets good reviews, I mean, I don't.
If it gets good reviews, I could see it going up to 8.
Because the other reason they shoot Spielberg down, the other reason you'd shoot a big director like him down.
That's the thing. It can't be good though, because like if they wanted it to be good, they would have just hired Steven Spielberg.
But the other reason you don't do that is that he costs a lot of money, and that's probably the main reason they turned him down.
It's gonna make $500 million
That's true.
no matter what.
Okay.
They had a make it good button, and all they had to do was hit the make it good button, and they are choosing to not press the button for no reason.
I think they were just trying to keep, because the other thing is that these studios, I mean, we saw it with Minecraft earlier this year, where they just had absolutely no idea that was the biggest thing on the planet.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we'll be happy if it does like 400 worldwide. I'm like, no, that needs to do a billion.
A billion, yeah.
Like I think this is another thing where Paramount probably thinks this is like a brand some people care about. We don't know. And they just have no idea.
Minecraft, I can see why like corporate guy is not familiar with Minecraft's game, right? He's like, he didn't play it.
Because he's stupid.
Call of Duty has been the video game for like 30 years.
Yeah.
How do you not know? Like how do you not know what that's capable of?
You're a 60-year-old man who's not online.
Like how many units did the most recent Call
Probably
of Duty
around
the one from like 3 weeks ago?
Like 30 probably. Oh, I don't know, about a week ago.
Like one just came out.
Anyway, well, you looked that up. Sam, we got a couple of trailers this week.
Okay. The most recent Call of Duty game, the one that just came out that most people don't even like, 250 million units.
What?
Within the first year.
That's billions of dollars.
It's the video game.
That is billions and billions and billions of dollars in revenue.
I mean, what's the cost of Call of Duty? Let's say it hasn't even gone up a whole lot, and say it's $60, right? Let's say it's like 2008 video game prices.
I don't think that's true. I think that's the total sales of the
That's
entire
worldwide.
series. The whole series or that one game?
No, in the first year.
Of what?
Of the most recent Call of Duty game.
That doesn't sound right. That's too many.
Black Ops 6. Yeah, Black Ops. Whoa, wait, no, it's more than that. Okay, no. That's for the highest. The ceiling, the most Call of Duty has ever sold was 500 million copies.
Total for the whole series?
For the most popular individual installment of the game.
How many units has Minecraft sold? Because I thought Minecraft had only reached like 100, and that's like the highest selling game of all time.
Let's see. Minecraft has sold... How many Minecrafts?
How many Minecrafts?
Come on. 350 million in 2020. Oh, as of 2025.
Okay. And the highest selling Call of Duty did 250?
Yeah, the most recent one did 250, I believe.
Okay. It's a lot. Yeah, this is a big thing. Like, this is...
Yeah, I don't know. That Minecraft number might not be, because Mario has sold 879 million copies.
Which Mario?
Like, total.
Yeah, is that by series? What are you looking this up on?
Game Rant. So the total series, the total amount that Call of Duty has sold is 500 million.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was saying. That's got to be the whole series collectively.
Yeah, lifetime sales. So Black Ops 6 is the most recent one.
It's hard to find numbers on individual game sales because they're not, most of the time they're just not reported.
Call of Duty they do because they like to brag about it. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 sold. Okay, we could figure it out by just taking like the 500 million number and subtracting whatever it was before Black Ops 6 came out, but I'm not doing that right now. But presumably a lot.
Yeah.
Even if we say it's like 60 million.
The Call of Duty series has made billions and billions and billions and billions. And
like, let's assume it is the best-selling installment in the franchise. Black Ops 6 was the most recent one. So let's assume it's like 50 million.
Yeah.
That's still...
No,
massive.
This is going to make... This is the thing.
And this is an IP that's on the was on the decline until this most recent installment.
But it doesn't matter, Like the video game IP, the key to success in Hollywood right now is like superhero movies out. I don't even know if video game movies are in.
But they're like kind of sometimes.
I think what's in is just IP that has not yet been in movies yet.
Yeah.
It's Barbie, it's Minecraft, it's Mario. It's that kind of thing.
Just stuff that is not
Stuff that has been in the culture,
super
but they just
oversaturated.
have not done anything with. F1, that's another one. That's like a thing in the culture, and they just haven't touched it. That's a big hit now. Anyway, Sam, big trailer week. We can touch on these just real quick. Did you see the 28 Years Later Bone Temple trailer?
No, I did not.
Okay. Looks good.
No, I did see a clip of it. I saw the zombies wearing pants.
Yeah, they put
But
pants
I assume
on.
they CGI'd those on for the trailer.
I would have to think. Well, in the trailer, it looks like that zombie and Ray Fiennes' Ian Kelson, the doctor from the last film.
Orange guy.
They're like
Buddy, they're teaming up.
kind of like starting to communicate. I think the zombies are getting smarter. So maybe he put on pants, but I think you were probably right. They probably CG'd pants onto him.
If the zombie is getting smarter,
Right.
does that mean the infection is just like wearing off?
No, I don't. I think the infection is evolving.
But the infection makes you stupid.
Makes you very angry.
And then if it suddenly also unmakes you stupid, then is it evolving backwards?
I think it is evolving I think it's evolving diagonally. I don't know. We'll have to find out. It looks really good. It looks very different visually from the last one.
Based on how the last one ended,
Because it's a new director.
I'm expecting this one to be a completely different tone.
Nia DaCosta is directing this one, who did the Marvels and also the Beekeeper reboot. Although, can you really blame the Marvels on anybody in particular?
I would put some of the blame on him, yeah. And also, the Beekeeper was really stupid and bad. So, like, yeah.
Oh, no, not the Beekeeper. No, sorry. Candyman. She did the Candyman reboot. Danny Boyle is a producer.
I don't know anything about the reboot of Candyman.
It looks like this one is going to focus a lot on Ray Fiennes' character. He's on the poster. It looks like it.
It's called the Bone Temple.
We're going to
That's
explore his
that's
backstory.
his spot. I assume it's going to focus on his.
Yeah, and then it's going to be a lot of the Jimmies, the cults who we briefly saw at the end of the last one.
Yeah, if that's the thing, if we're doing backstory of the Doctor, then like, what's the why are we doing
the cult's going to show up at his bone temple.
Yeah, there's also the cult,
and they're going to wreck
that they
stuff.
like kind of barely touched on.
And then also Cillian Murphy's supposed to appear in this for like a second.
So he's not a zombie?
No.
The zombie just looks a lot like him.
No, that was a different guy.
A different guy who just looks
Does
a
happen
lot
to
like
no,
Cillian
like
Murphy.
he was the actor for it. Like just happens
was
to look a lot.
Cillian Murphy zombie, but it was his evil twin.
Do you really think that was that character?
Could have been. I don't know.
You think they would bring Cillian Murphy back and he's a zombie in like one scene?
Well, why not?
Then they just don't know what talks about it.
I mean, who like does it matter if he's anyone can be a zombie?
Let's bring the Oscar winner back, and he'll just play a random zombie. In
Maybe
the background.
he's just like, hey, I heard you guys are doing it. I want to be a zombie.
Sam, there was also a trailer for Wuthering Heights. I know you didn't watch this one because it's you.
I also don't care about Wuthering Heights at all.
Yep. So we can just skip past it. And then I know you did watch this one.
I wanted to, but I didn't have time. I saw that it was posted, but I didn't have time to watch.
There was also a trailer for Wake Up Dead Man: A Knives Out Mystery, which is the third and final Benoit Blanc mystery coming to Netflix in December.
I wanted to make them forever.
It also premiered at the Toronto Film Festival over the weekend, and it's getting very, very, very positive reception. Although everything at film festivals gets a positive reception.
I don't know how I feel about his hair. I don't know if I like the hair.
I think it's intentionally grubby. I think he's in his grub era, Benoit Blanc. I think he's going through it in this. I think something happened to Hugh Grant.
I like the aesthetic.
It's a little it's gothic. It's a little darker.
Like the gothic church.
Great cast, as all of these have. My big question with this is what is Benoit Blanc in like a Catholic? Why is he hanging out at a Catholic church in like London?
I think he just.
What's he up to? He just lives at the church.
No, he lives in like this town.
Okay.
I think that'd be funny if like this man with like a like a thick Southern accent is like living in like a town in like rural like Ireland or something.
This is coming to very select theaters on November 26th and Netflix December 12th. I really want to see this in a theater.
Yeah,
I
me
hope
too.
it's playing in like a theater within a 40-minute area. Hopefully just one in Dallas.
Usually we do get lucky with that, with the theaters showing the thing near us because
Yeah.
their corporate headquarters is not far from where we live.
If not that, the Angelica in Dallas. I'll drive to that. I will drive to see this movie. I love these.
They're
This is
great.
one of my most anticipated movies for the rest of the year for sure. I'm very much looking forward to this one. All right, that's all the trailers. Sam, do you have any more news you want to talk about before we get to Peacemaker?
There is some quicker stories. We got PS6 leaks from Insider Gaming.
They're already doing that?
Yeah, no, the PS6 is like imminently approaching, like probably March of next year.
No, that's too soon.
Cause
We're only 5 years from
one of the
PS5.
reasons why GTA 5 got delayed again at the beginning of this summer is because Sony gave them new hardware targets.
Do we think it's I guess they already have Pro.
Yeah, so
Have a Pro?
no,
Didn't the Pro just launch like earlier this year?
no, that was like 2 years ago.
That can't be. You got to look that up.
It was a minute ago.
I swear the Pro was like they did that like 2 days ago.
You can get them used.
Well, yeah, you can get something used the day after it comes out. It just costs like the same.
2024.
Okay, late last year?
I already closed the tab. It was last year.
Yeah, so I mean that's only a year. I mean it's only been a year, 5 years of PS5. Console
5
generations
years
are all like
is-
7 now.
Unless we need to make another one.
Would that do anything? It's gonna cost like $800.
That means Sony gets to have $800 more.
But they didn't even make any games for the PS5. Are they gonna make a game for the PS6? No.
Well, yeah, but people bought.
What would the
PS5
launch title
anyway.
even be? There's no games.
It could be GTA 5 or GTA 6.
But that's gonna be on last gen systems too.
so.
Say everyone I know, like most of the people I know, don't even have a current gen system
You know when they'll get one?
for GTA 6.
Yeah.
So you're gonna.
And if the current gen system is the PS6, that's what they'll get.
I don't think so. I think they'll buy the one that costs $300 less. That will run it
'Cause they'll
equally
raise
as
the
well.
price of the PS5.
Yeah. Shut up, Siri. I think. I mean, yeah, probably,
They'll
but
do
it'll.
the same thing they did with the PS4.
Okay.
Where they're just like,
hold
"Yep,
on.
it's $100 more. Now
Hold
for no
on.
reason."
Hold on. Even if they raise the price, it's not even gonna be near what they're gonna charge for the PlayStation 6. It would still make more sense to just buy. I mean, it's not gonna be any more powerful, like at all.
I mean, you could.
They
make it more
just
powerful.
made the PlayStation 5. Like they just did it.
You could make it substantially more powerful. It would just come with another substantial price increase.
How much more powerful can it get? They just did the Pro. How is it gonna be? Literally, how could it be any more powerful than the Pro? What is it gonna be? What is gonna be the
Put, like,
noticeable
a dedicated
increase?
GPU in it.
Okay,
for the
load times
GPU.
are gonna be faster.
No, like a no. What?
I'm saying like what would be even the selling point you could give?
What was the reason?
Everyone made fun of the PS5 Pro and no one bought it because they improved nothing.
It sold like 20 million.
It did
boxes.
not. Look that up. It absolutely
sold
did
a
not.
lot.
No one bought the PS5 Pro. 20 million? Are you kidding me, Sam?
It sold a lot. It sold quite a
It
few.
did not. I did not. I literally have not met
78 million.
the PlayStation
The
5 Pro.
PlayStation 5.
The
Not the Pro, the PS5.
That was what I was asking.
Oh, I don't know the Pro. The Pro has only been out for a year.
No one bought it, and that one they couldn't sell.
Yeah, like 3 million.
Yeah, because no one wanted it because they couldn't sell any hardware improvements. There's not going to be any hardware improvements for a 6. They're not going to be able to sell that.
Why did iPhone stop doing S phones?
I don't know. iPhone's
'Cause-
naming scheme is not consistent.
Because if you just increase the number, people buy it. If you don't increase the number, way less people buy it.
Okay,
So they started stopping doing the S phones, and then they just made it.
don't they still basically do them? They just have
No.
a different name.
No, they don't do. It was.
There's
Remember,
like the
there was
mini
the
and
6,
the-
and then the next year was the 6S, and then that was the last year. But they used to do 4, 4S, 5, 5S, and then they stopped doing that after the 7. It just went 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, and they just kept doing one number.
Phones are different though. People upgrade their phone every year. Like, no, Who doesn't have a PlayStation 5 right now and is going to buy a PlayStation 6 for $800 in addition to the $100 for GTA 6?
I don't know. The same people
Just
who
so that
bought
they
a
can
PlayStation 5 in the first place who already had PS4s.
Okay, but PlayStation 4
There was no launch titles for the PS5. It was all on the PS4.
PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 was like 1080p to 4K. Most people don't notice that.
Most people don't
But
even
that's a
use
way
that.
bigger number. Are they can the PS6 do 8K? What are they even going to say the resolution is? It's just going to be 4K again.
They'll just say it does 4K and they'll pretend the PS5 didn't. And you want to know how I know they'll do that?
Sam.
They took the 4K branding off the PS5 box.
So they'll just pretend the last console they've been selling for 5 years doesn't do 4K?
Yes.
Yeah,
They did that with the PS5 Pro.
If they do
They
that,
don't have the 4K. They only have the 4K branding on the Pro. They took it off the regular boxes.
no one will buy this. Also, it's not launching in March. It'll launch in November. Consoles always
Probably,
launch for the holidays. So it'd be a year away.
But that's when
6
GTA
years?
6 is
It's
supposed
got
to
to be
come out.
2 years away. GTA 6, I mean, they could have just been sending that out because they want there to be a GTA 6 ready for when they do a PlayStation 6. It doesn't
be.
necessarily have to be around the same time.
But they said it was because Sony plans to launch hardware like in that season or in that time frame.
That's not going to happen. They're not going to put if there was a PlayStation 6 coming out, I mean, in March, that's like 6 months from now.
I don't think it'll come out in March. I think it'll come out
Well, because
next
GTA
year.
is coming out in May. It's not
Yeah.
going to be out for GTA.
No, they won't come out at the same time, but they are
Yeah.
targeting that hardware, and it's rumored to come out
I think
next
it'll
year.
be 27. There's no way
That
they're
makes
doing it
more
next year.
sense, but like they might just do
They're
it.
still making PlayStation 4 games.
Anyway, that's not even the leak. The leak is that it's not going to have a disk drive,
Yeah, well, I mean, I think everyone expected
but
that.
it will have the option to attach a disk
Yeah,
drive.
it'll be like the Pro.
We also got rumors that the design will not be like spaceshipy looking. It'll be a simplified design, which means
So
it'll
a
be
big
a rectangle.
box. Yeah, great. For groundbreaking news, who
We're
reported
going
this?
back to rectangles, baby.
Groundbreaking news? Who reported this?
Insider Gaming.
Okay, I was like, it's probably a random
that-
guy,
it is
'cause
like
this
a-
you could just easily guess
That is
these
like
and
a
probably be
thing
right.
they do sometimes report things. It's not like a Dexerto. Or
The
something.
PS5 Pro, they made basically a box, right? They were like fixing that design, or is it just all
PS5
black?
Pro is the same shape. It's just skinnier.
It's just skinnier. Okay, I don't know. I've literally never seen one in my life.
Didn't one of you have?
No, I have a base PS5, and I barely use it. It's basically a Blu-ray player and Netflix machine.
Yeah, though it's about half the size of the PS5.
I have played one PS5 exclusive game on that system.
There is a PS5
Spider-Man 2.
exclusive?
That's the only. Well, I guess it's on PC.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I mean, everything is on PC, so I'm not counting that. Like one system selling exclusive. They don't make anything for it. They're literally like their big title. They're waiting to come out as a third-party game that's also going to be on Xbox.
Yeah. But like that doesn't matter. It's Xbox.
Well,
They're
if
not competing
PlayStation's
with Xbox
if
anymore.
PlayStation's coming out with a new one, then Xbox is too.
I think Xbox is done.
I don't think so.
I think they maybe have one more gen in them.
No, I mean,
maybe.
if Sony has basically just written this one off and the past 7 years have been a giant failure, I mean, Xbox is going to have the excuse to do the same thing.
Sony is like destroying them by like a order of magnitude.
They're destroying them in a way that they're both losing and Xbox is losing worse.
I don't think you understand how much worse
I know
they're
no
losing.
one owns a Series X or S, but like neither one of these consoles has been a success. So the PlayStation 5 sold like half of what the
6
PlayStation 4
million units is way lower
Sam,
than 78.
I know that, but that doesn't mean the PlayStation 5 was a success.
No.
It sold half of what the
But I'm
PlayStation
saying
4 did.
There is a way better chance of Sony releasing a PS6 than there is of Xbox releasing an Xbox Series Y.
I think Microsoft they're too big and they need a gaming presence and they are just going to invest in another
they
Xbox.
have a gaming presence.
I know. I'm saying they're just going to continue to invest in another Xbox because what else are those people going to do?
They just fire them all.
Yeah, but then they're not in gaming anymore.
They don't care.
If they fire all those people, that looks
You
bad.
know how much money gaming has made Microsoft?
I know. Okay. They're not in gaming to make money from it. They're in gaming so that they can say they're in gaming so the stock price goes up. If they were to completely eliminate their game division, that would be a really bad sign.
Xbox has only done bad things for their stock over the last 5 years.
But when they reveal the new Xbox and they're like, "Hey, GTA 6 is coming out, industry back, baby,"
go up
the line's gonna go up.
It'll go up for one day, and then every single
That's
time...
all they care about.
Because every single time they have an earnings report after that, it'll go down, and that's bad.
I think they will hold on to it, and I think all those people will all the executives will keep their jobs.
Well, yeah, of course they will.
I'm saying like them and Sony are going to do the same thing. They're going to basically chalk this whole generation up to COVID and development delays and everything went awry, and we all invested in.
See, that's
and they're basically just going to be like, forget everything, we're resetting.
That's what makes me think that the PS6 might be coming earlier. I think they might be trying to like Wii U it and be like, yeah, it's not real. PS6 time.
But you can't call it the PlayStation 6.
Yeah,
Could
you?
you?
Can. Why not?
Because if you're trying to hide the 5.
No, you just go, the number's bigger because it's so much stronger than the PS4.
I don't know, man. You're not selling. Even with GTA, you're not selling any PlayStation 6s.
I know several people who are planning to buy consoles when
I
GTA
do
6
too,
comes
but
out.
they're not going to buy a PlayStation 6. If it's on PlayStation 5, they would buy the cheaper one.
There will be a kid who...
The economy sucks right now, dude.
Yeah.
Everything costs $1 billion.
Yeah.
They're not... No one has $1,000 to spend on a console that will do literally nothing. That's
Unless
insane.
Sony does some... No, they wouldn't do that.
They
wouldn't make...
They don't have any gimmicks to do. Like it's
they
not...
wouldn't make like a $500 console and then drop the price of the PS5.
No. They can't. They just raised the price of the PS5 by like $30. This will be at least $850 because it's got to be more than the Pro.
Yeah,
like considerably more than the Pro.
Right?
I think it's $780 because of the tariff hikes.
Oh yeah, because they just raised it by $30.
So it'll be at least $900. They might as well just go straight to $1,000 at that point.
I was gonna say $1,000.
I think it'll be $1,000, and I think we're basically all settled that GTA 6 is going to be at least $100.
$1,000 PS5 though.
Are you like? Because who's the main demographic for GTA? It's like 15-year-old boys.
Humans.
GTA. It's like mainly teenage boys. Like, what 15-year-old has $1,100 to spend to play the new GTA?
Well, that's the beautiful thing about selling games.
15-year-olds don't have $1,100 in general.
But mommy and daddy do.
Okay, but like,
and Christmas bells are ringing, ring a ding ding. Give me the PS6.
Santa
mommy.
broke if you're spending $1,100 on one thing.
Oh, but have you ever Googled loan delinquency rates in January? They go up. They go up by a lot. And the percentage of Americans who take out loans over the course of the holidays goes up every year.
We're all going to debt to play GTA. Okay, Sam, you have one more news story you want to talk about?
2 more. One of them's really fast, though. The Rock is making Jumanji 3 or 4 or maybe 5.
We already knew that.
Yeah, but he's
trying to win an Oscar right now.
He has 2 Oscar movies coming out.
It's true.
Because he's also in Weird Music. Or whatever it's called. Chicken Music?
Oh, the one where he's playing the Chicken Man?
Snake Music. Is it Chicken Music or Snake Music?
I think the movie's called Snake Music Town or something, and then he's playing
It says music in the title.
He's playing a character named the Chicken Man.
Yeah, he's skinny now. Anyway.
I don't even know what... I saw that article, I was just like...
What?
Okay,
Sure.
This movie's not getting made.
Well, no, it'll get made because he's skinny now. Anyway. OpenAI is producing a movie that is AI generated, and it's called Critters, and it is
not related to the infamous B-movie franchise Critters.
Yes, although it is probably along the same quality bar, if
Critters 3
probably lower.
Leonardo DiCaprio's in Critters 3.
The goal, this is from the Wall Street Journal, is to finish production in the next 9 months.
Okay.
The budget is $30 million.
Don't know how that happened.
The plan is to debut the film at the Cannes Film Festival.
At Cannes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Paddington 3 writers on the script.
So they should never work again. Yeah,
They are currently casting voice actors, which I'm
Oh, so they're not going to AI
voice...
generate the voices.
No, just the
animation.
visuals, I assume. Art will be fed into ChatGPT 5 and other image models for the
of course, they got to steal from someone. They probably won't pay those people, I'm guessing.
Well, with movies, I think you have to.
You don't have to if you just don't tell anyone you're doing it.
Well, but they just announced that they're doing it.
Well, we're feeding it some art.
And with movies,
don't know where we got
it.
The
accreditation process is much more robust.
You think they're doing this through unions, bro?
I mean, they have union writers. Are the Paddington 3 writers not part of the film?
They might not be in
Screen Actors Guild,
the American Writer Union.
But there'd still be union. I doubt the EU union would be weaker than the US one. That would be crazy to me.
This is gonna happen, but it's stupid, and it's not premiering at Cannes. I can guarantee you that none of the film festivals are gonna let this in. Are you kidding?
No. This is what they want.
This is the thing they hate.
Yeah, this is the death of art.
Every interview from every film festival now at least has one soundbite of someone complaining about AI.
Yeah,
they're not gonna let this movie play at all. How do you spend $30 million on a movie that's made for free? Isn't that the whole point of AI, that you could do it for free?
Well, it's that you can do it for cheaper because you still have to pay for the
But they're just paying I'm presuming they're just paying 5 guys to just put in prompts all day.
So, okay, we have a bit of a disconnect as to how much AI generation costs, because most of how we engage with it is through the free tiers or some free version of it. The way that AI cost is computed is through things called tokens, which is a certain amount of compute. So let's say you put a prompt into ChatGPT 5, right? Mm-hmm. And it's a real doozy. It's a real head scratcher. That's going to burn a lot more tokens than if you were to ask it what color is the sky? And it would go blue. That's a super easy thing for it to think about. Whereas if you ask it think about how to solve quantum tunneling, then it would be and it would think for a while, and then it would spit something out. That would require a lot more compute. That requires more tokens. We don't see a lot of that cost because most of that cost is still being eaten by venture capital. So we don't really experience that in this phase of AI's life cycle. But it is an incredibly costly endeavor. That is likely where the bulk of the cost of this project would be going.
To pay to generate AI stuff?
You have to pay for the electricity, you have to pay for the server space, you have to pay for the computation itself. That is the reason why electricity prices are going up on average as well, is because they're building all these AI data sets, which creates more competition for the electricity and then the building.
And they use more water than every human being alive.
Yeah, they use all the water.
That's awesome. Love that. Again,
but
you could
think about it. If we didn't do that, we couldn't make Critter.
It's true. You could make a very cheap animated movie for less than $30 million.
You could make this movie with
didn't they make Flow for $5 million?
That was made by one dude on his laptop.
Yeah, and it's a better animated movie than most that have come out in the past decade.
I mean, how much did what's the shoe one
called? Oh, Sneaks?
How much? Sneaks can't have been much more.
No, and Sneaks will probably look better than this, and that is saying something.
It is saying something.
Anyway, this is awful. I hate this. No, get it away. If it ever comes out, we will watch it, but we will not pay to see it, and I'm not going to, for legal reasons, explain what that means.
I know for a fact that OpenAI's video model is not good enough.
No, Gemini is the best one, right?
VO3, which is Google's best model, is very, very good at making 30-second videos. And if it goes longer than that, it starts to forget what things look like. It starts to forget what characters look like. It starts to forget what voices there are. It starts to forget what backgrounds look like. The longer it goes for, the higher the chance of it not remembering what a scene looks like goes, just broadly.
Presumably they'll be generating this in 30-second chunks, practically.
Yeah, so Sora 4, I believe, is OpenAI's latest video model. Now, Sora was, to my knowledge, the first one that was able to like get object permanence to work in like a video model. So like the example that they used most often was this one of a lady like walking through a street in like, it was supposed to be like kind of a Japanese city type environment, and she walks past a sign and the text on the sign stays consistent after she walks past it because like it's able to remember that sign is supposed to be there.
Hey, you know what else would remember that sign is supposed to be there and look a certain way?
Sign be there?
Just using a real camera and a real sign and a real lady.
Yeah, but since we're not doing that,
right,
we have to do it this
way. That would
be
be too cheap and look better. So let's do it more expensive and worse.
Yeah, I don't understand
whatever this abomination is. There is not a single world where you could not make a better version of it just using real cameras and real animators.
Or just like stuffed animals on strings.
Some
probably.
Muppets. Just make some Muppets. Hire the Jim Henson guys.
No, even a really bad. You don't even have to do that. You can hire like Joe Sleazo.
$30 million is not no money.
Puppeteer.
It's not no money, and if OpenAI is involved, like, I mean, they're only involved because it's AI, but
yeah.
I don't know. This is just absurd. This is a novelty.
What is weird to me is that like they're still writing it with like humans. Like if you're gonna AI generate,
I don't know why they're not just AI generating the whole thing.
Why not just AI generate the whole thing?
Yeah, to make it for literally as little as possible.
Yeah, like why bother? And you don't have to work with any union people if you just AI generate everything.
Yeah, because no one's union. Yeah,
there's no humans.
Sam Altman can direct the whole thing himself.
He's such a creepy guy.
I love that he looks like a lizard man.
I feel like Mark Zuckerberg, like he got Dominicanized, like he turned into a Dominican man, and then he gained some personality. Whereas like
I don't want to give him that. I'm not giving him that.
He started started like taking testosterone and like
I'm not giving him the fact that he has a personality.
He started
now.
like smiling more on camera, and it like makes him seem more like a human being.
He's still not a real man.
But like I feel like Sam Altman is kind of encroaching on the lizard man space. Like he's coming for Mark's old his old vibe.
It's like just as we were finally moving past Mark Zuckerberg,
one lizard, a new
lizard showed up, and he's 10 times worse.
But neither of them are bad as the king lizard.
The elongated muskrat?
No. I mean, he's bad too. But Pete's more scary because Pete's honest about being Pete.
Oh,
Thiel.
Yeah.
A famous blood consumer, Peter Thiel.
I don't know if the human race should endure, buddy.
He does do the He does the young man blood transfusions because he thinks it'll like keep him younger.
I don't understand why all of these people who hate humanity are obsessed with living longer than everyone else.
Yeah, like why? You
obviously hate it here.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
They're all trying to go to space and like transhumanize. It's like just like why? Just you don't.
I'd love to be a robot on Mars and like stare at some rocks.
Yeah. Why is
for 2,000 years?
Why is their dream to be a robot alone in space? It's like what is the point of that?
I don't know. Like because they don't like art. They don't like nature.
Is it just because they're
just like what do they want to do?
That like nature's in the way of their stuff, and that they don't know how to make art, so they just want to be a robot
they're mad that they
alone.
They're mad that they got bullied in high school by the jocks, and they weren't talented enough to be one of the art kids. So all they did was stay in their room and do math homework, and now
they want to.
They have no personality and no goals.
Space robot,
and so they're just like, I want to go to space and be alone. They're 50-year-old multi-billionaires who are like deliberately evil, and the crux of their goal in life is, shut up, Mom, I'm going to my room.
Shut up, I'm going to space. I'm gonna talk to my AI waifu.
Because I refuse to hang out with a regular woman.
Like, what?
I don't get it. I don't understand this.
Elon Musk has like 20 kids. Like, he didn't need to make a robot waifu.
Elon, I think, is a little different because I think Elon just has been driven. Like, I think Elon's whole, like, I need to have 1,000 children.
Well, he was voraciously bullied, like, as a child.
No, I think you're right. I think his thing is more Elon wants to be seen as like the savior. That's why he wants to do.
But like, why make AI waifu then? Like, what part of who are you saving with that?
That is just him trying to pander to like the incels. Yeah,
but the gamers don't like him after he faked being a gamer.
but he wants to be one of them.
But he doesn't know how to play the game.
Oh
Though.
yeah, but he still pretends like he does because he wants to be one of. He just wants to be in with anybody.
He just wants to be included.
He wants somebody to accept
and no
him.
matter how much money he spends, that just makes people like him.
Like
less.
literally, does he have? Who's his buddies right now? Like he's forced himself out of every group he was in 6 months ago.
Doge designer will always.
He'll always ride for him.
He'll always
but like,
be there.
he's not at Doge anymore. Him and Trump aren't on
Is Doge
speaking.
even still? Does Doge still?
Oh
do
yeah,
anything?
don't worry, they're still at it.
What are they doing? I haven't heard anything about
Taking
Doge
away
in
grandpa's
several months.
food stamps. But like, he's out at Doge. He's not friends with Trump anymore. He's not. No one sees him as a real gamer. Everyone on Twitter hates him. Like, who's a fan of Elon Musk now? Nobody.
I think just Doge designer and like
Right.
the 5 guys who reply to all his tweets.
Like, because the real reason he rode so hard for Trump in the last election was that
Because
like
it gave him a space.
he was one of the boys. He was part of the like
He was part
MAGA
of the gang.
movement. But like now he's not.
And then they got in one fight and he got kicked out.
Yeah, so now he's just on his
not,
own.
Now he's not in the cool kids table anymore.
That's why he had a 30 kid. So he had the Michael Scott philosophy
Yeah, it
of
is
like
the Michael Scott.
if I have
mindset.
100 kids, they all have to be
I'll
my
have 100
friends.
and they have to be my friend. And then
Because
half
they're my
his kids.
but
like
all his
this
kids
one.
hate him and don't talk to him.
All right. Well, anyway.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's sad.
that's news.
Point is, we should stop letting lizards make movies.
Just stop letting lizards do anything.
Just keep the lizards away.
They should all just be friends with each other.
They are friends.
You know
with
what?
each
I
other.
think here's what they should do.
They are all. What do you mean they should be all? They are all friends with each other.
Okay, put all their brains in robots now, and send them all into space together, and they can all hang out on Mars and stare at
Well, the
rocks for
problem is if
eternity.
they do that, they'll take like all the cool stuff from Earth, and then we'll have only like. Sad
You know what?
rocks.
I think we'd recover.
We'd probably eventually, yeah.
Also, you know, a new lizard would rise up, and he'd probably do something, invent something, steal someone else's
What
work.
will the new lizard
Yeah.
kingdom be?
There will always be new lizards. We can't get rid of them permanently. There will always be one kid who was bullied in school because he couldn't catch a
And
basketball,
then became the lizard king.
and then became the Lizard King. Anyway, that's news. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll be back to talk Peacemaker and the paper. So stay tuned.
Peacemaker and the lizard.
We are talking 2 TV shows today.
Yes.
First off, Peacemaker Season 2. We're talking about the first 3 episodes, all of which written by James Gunn. First one directed by James Gunn. The other 2 were directed by Greg Mottola.
Okay.
I have episode by episode thoughts and then some overall thoughts. I guess we can briefly not do spoilers in case anyone's not seen the season yet.
There aren't many huge spoilers.
Not really. Maybe one in particular for the 3rd episode.
Maybe one that's kind of but it's not even really because it doesn't affect the story at all.
But just like, because I have like theories about where the show's going and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, do you just have any general overall thoughts on the season so far?
I'm still
with 5 episodes to go
for it to like pop off.
to like pick
It's
up.
definitely. I am way more into the direction they're going with this season than the first season.
Okay, that's interesting.
The butterflies were not interesting to me as a villain at all. I think hive mind bug villain is always kind of boring.
Sam does
never
not
find
like
that
the
to be
bugs.
Super interesting. I do think that it's just not as fun so far, but like I do think they're trying to take a more serious tone. I think that's where they're going.
As serious as James Gunn
Can do. Just a lot of James Gunn isms in this show.
Yeah, the main thing with this show is that in general I like it. I don't love it. I don't think it's his best work. This is just listening to him talk. This is his favorite thing he's ever done.
Yeah, I still am
He
not
loves
sure
this
why.
show more than anything else he's ever made. Part of that is because everyone in it is his friend, and I get, sure, like these are your buddies, you're just like hanging out with them. But it is very clear that unlike Superman or Guardians, where even if he doesn't have like people looking over his shoulder, like making sure it's a certain way, he at least has like, I have 2 hours and I have a very broad audience I need to appeal to, and I need to like come in, do my thing and get out and like do an arc within 120 pages of script. This show where he just has free reign to do whatever he wants.
Every joke just goes on and on.
This is just
on.
This is his internal monologue.
And then you think it's over
on paper,
and then it comes back, and then it keeps going, and you go, dude, this joke was barely funny the first time you said it. Please stop saying it.
He's lacking that urgency he would have in a movie.
Yeah.
Because there would be moments like that in Guardians or Suicide Squad, but he would know he has to cut to the next scene because the movie's got to keep going.
At some point.
In the second episode, there's a bit with Tim Meadows' character who shows up. He's introduced in that episode. He has a scene with Steve Agee's John Economos.
That scene goes on for just too long.
It's one joke. It's not a very good joke. He seems to think it's the funniest thing anyone's ever written.
I mean, it's a funny joke, but it's not like...
But it goes... That scene is like 5 minutes long.
And then it sets up like a major scene
later on,
and then continues to be a relevant plot point.
Dude, that's not...
Into the third episode.
Yeah, and then it recurs later, and I'm like, it's not that good. And like... And that sounds like a really surface level criticism, but like... That is kind of the thing with...
But that's not the only time that happens.
But that's also the thing with jokes in movies. It's like, that might be hilarious to someone that it keeps coming back. I didn't find it funny.
But like the bit of like the same character giving everyone nicknames that they don't like.
Yeah, that didn't land.
Bit never once did that bit go anywhere.
No, and it wasn't... It's just not that funny.
He calls the one... blonde dude barely legal. That's like the sort of payoff for that joke. But then he keeps calling them nicknames. And like the only characters that even react is really just Economos. He's really the only one who reacts to that character trait.
Yeah, I compared it. I wrote it down and I think I put it in our group chat when
that character in general just kind of annoys me.
When I was watching the first episode. It's like a lot of this show is just like extended R-rated Seinfeld conversations, where it's 4 characters who all sound the same because they're all written by James Gunn and they're all basically just James Gunn, just like sitting in a circle, just like arguing over like the pronunciation of a word or whether or not this type of like mental thing is real or whether or not like one of them can say the R word or something like that. Like it's all just that, and that is the bulk of every episode.
The orgy was really dumb.
And then there's also
like, why is it in the show? Like, I'm not usually a person who's like, oh, unnecessary nudity, and I don't like it in my TV shows. But like, in this instance, I think more than any other show I've ever seen in my entire life, is it just completely superfluous.
And that is the kind of thing James Gunn has always been.
And like,
James Gunn has described himself as a provocateur.
They do a scene later on where like... Peacemaker's like, I was feeling sad and I was trying to drown my sorrows in flesh. I'm like, okay, like that's something, but that didn't even happen. He doesn't even participate. He just sits fully clothed on his couch, walks into his closet, comes out of his closet, takes a shower while he's covered in blood, goes to sleep, wakes up, immediately kicks everyone out. He did not participate in this orgy that he threw. So why did it even happen?
Because James Gunn, he says it's because he wanted people to know.
We know
that it's an adult show.
We're aware.
And I'm like, it's the second season of the show.
We know this. It's also, you could have just put rated R on the thing, and you know.
It says TVMA. It's very violent, and every other line out of a character's mouth is the most vulgar thing you've ever heard.
If you're what is the point in telling someone that a TV show is mature or rated R? Why is that information necessary?
In case you were thinking about showing it to your kids?
Right, so a kid doesn't watch it. If the way you communicate that is to randomly in the middle of your show throw a bunch of naked people on screen, you have missed your opportunity to communicate that. You just did the thing that you were trying to prevent.
Yeah, that scene in particular didn't bother me. It's more part of the general overall picture of This is James Gunn without any editing.
Right, it's a joke that doesn't go anywhere. The joke is that
you get the joke
through
with
a big orgy.
It's
okay.
It's for the joke with
Why?
Vigilante the next episode.
Yeah, it sets up an episode later joke.
Yeah.
Where Vigilante goes, I don't want to have sex. I just like hanging out with my bro. And it's like, yeah, that's a funny bit. That's funny. You didn't need to do this to convey that.
Yeah.
That's unnecessary. And also, you put a week in between the joke and the punchline. It's over now. The joke's over.
I guess. This really bothered you.
It just like... It's just another James Gunn. Like, it's happened too many times. It's just James Gunn's just like, hey, what if boobies for no reason?
And it's really unfortunate because there's stuff.
And sometimes I like boobies for no reason. Sometimes I can get down with that. That's fine.
Controversial opinion.
I don't have an issue with boobies for no reason. I welcome it in most instances. Like, you didn't hear me complaining about The Witcher when he shows up to meet the wizard in, like, the first episode.
Nope.
And he's just, like, chilling in a garden full of naked ladies. It's like, okay, that's stupid. That didn't need to happen, but I'm not complaining about it. It didn't detract at all from the general show. This, I felt like, pulled me out of it. Because it's just, like, it doesn't have anything to do with anything that happens.
No, not really.
It just is in the background of a scene, basically. And you're like, why?
He just wanted to have one in a thing.
I think he just like knew some hot people and he was like, can I get them naked in my show?
I think
he did.
I think he wanted to have one he wanted to do one in a show or movie and just this was an excuse.
This was just his chance to do it.
And it is really unfortunate. Cause again, I don't think this is a bad show. And there's a lot of it's a lot of ups and downs, like really high highs and really low lows. Cause there's a lot of stuff in this I like a lot. I like what he does with the Peacemaker character. I think it's a really interesting arc he is on from the start of the show to where he's at with season 2.
The setup for this show is so much more interesting to me than the first season. I think the way that they're doing the multiverse story is actually cool. And it's actually a version of the story we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, not just being used for random cameos, but to like build a character arc.
Yeah.
And develop him.
Should we get into spoilers, I guess, since that is the main... first episode.
The only other thing I'll say is that even if a lot of the times the characters all sound the same and talk the same, I do like the actors, and I like their performances. I like Daniel Brooks as Adebayo. I think Vigilante can get really...
He's my least favorite.
On paper, he can be really grating, but I think that actor is good in that role.
He's well cast. Like, he's great at playing...
Yeah.
Unfunny Deadpool.
And then...
But also...
Yeah.
Unfunny Deadpool sucks. And I don't like him.
And then...
Deadpool's barely funny.
Jennifer Holland, who plays Harcourt, who I thought was by far the weakest actor in the first season, I think has actually gotten a lot better.
I think she's much
in season
more
2, especially in the third episode. I thought she actually did a very good job.
Especially playing two different versions of the character that are very different from each other.
And
whereas
then...
the other characters that we've met, at least so far, in that other world are like very similar to like their original selves. I mean, we've only really met the dad because the other guy didn't even
just Robert Patrick
in the main universe. But the range there is much more visible with Harcourt than any of the other characters.
But I would say this is a good show. I don't think it's bad.
It's solid.
And I would recommend it. I think it's a solid it's better than every show Marvel has ever made on Disney Plus. Okay, maybe not better than Loki. It's better than 90% of what they've done. Which I don't want to always compare the two, but
anything else good?
Just in terms of like a basis of quality, I think this is a good live action comic book show that does some really interesting stuff with his characters. I think its main thing is that just James Gunn needs a writer's room and he refuses to use one. Because I know he wants complete control over everyone and all the characters.
Yeah.
But he needs to give some leeway.
Because I also, I have 2 more episodes left of Creature Commandos, and I watched the second to last one.
I think you're gonna need to finish them because I think we're gonna get some Creature Commandos in this season.
And again, I'm watching Creature Commandos, and it's the phosphorus episode.
Right.
And then there's like a random brothel, and then the ladies are naked again. I'm like, James!
He's a provocateur!
James! Come on! What? And even in the first like 2 episodes where Rick Flag bangs like a 19-year-old.
Right.
James! Come on!
Shows up, who's in... Yeah, we'll talk about him.
Stop!
Because he's in this season. But yeah, I would recommend Peacemaker. And I don't know how important it is to the future of the DCU. So far, not at all. But
I also have to make a PowerPoint presentation
we'll figure
about
it out.
DC Studios before Friday.
Just for your life.
My friends are doing like a presentation night.
Oh, you're doing PowerPoint night?
Yeah, and I asked if they wanted a complete timeline of every event of Star Wars, or if they wanted the real life timeline of the disaster that is the state of DC. And they said they would rather do DC, so that's what I'm doing.
The Star Wars PowerPoint would probably be like
it'd be a lot
4
longer.
hours.
It'd be like a 2-hour long PowerPoint.
Yeah, no one wants that.
That would take me like a week to make.
I mean, DC, you could stretch that out too. You're gonna have to bullet points.
I'll probably start in like 2016.
Okay, but let's talk some spoilers. Sam, let's get to the most spoilery thing and the most obvious twist in television history. The other dimension is racist. It's the Nazi universe.
I think that's probably what's happening.
People are saying it's Earth X. I don't know if it's going to specifically be Earth X.
I mean, Earth X is that.
But it's going to be a universe where everyone's a big racist. Episode 3 is a dead giveaway. Every extra in the 3rd episode is a white person. Did you notice that, right?
But like, I would have expected like one of the revolutionary guys to be like a minority of some kind.
I think
because then otherwise, like, what's the point of them?
I think because they were
what are they?
Well, they're just fighting to resist the presumably Nazi government.
The office building.
Well, they're blowing up different government buildings.
Yeah.
I think another twist we're going to see is that...
Also, they have a helicopter.
Oh, yeah?
These are some, like, well-funded terrorists.
Maybe there's one
and they're operating in the domestic United States?
Well, they're fighting a revolution.
Got a helicopter?
Maybe they have...
That's pretty crazy. They must be some pretty crazy terrorists.
What are you saying?
I don't know. I'm just like...
You're just pointing that out.
They must be like working on another level.
Well, maybe they're funded by Bruce Wayne, who's not a racist in this dimension.
Could be funded by non-racist Bruce Wayne.
Non-racist Bruce Wayne. No, but it's fairly obvious. I think that's where we're going because this universe is too good otherwise.
Yeah, there's no reason for him not to stay there.
Yeah, and he needs a reason to not go. I think what's going to end up happening is he's not going to notice. He's going to go grab Adebayo because her life also sucks right now. And he's gonna be like, come to the great dimension with me. And then they'll be like, who's that?
Yeah.
And then Robert Patrick
see that happening.
And then his dad will still be a racist. His dad, who's a lot nicer in the universe, will still be a big racist.
Yeah.
Because my other theory is that James Gunn has been teasing big cameos for the final 3 episodes. Everyone thinks it's gonna be Superman. I think we're going to get a certain Nazi killing robot who would love to go to the Nazi dimension and gun a lot of people down.
That would also explain why he's not in other stuff. Because like if he's in Nazi universe, then that's like his heaven.
Yeah, I think they're going
to kill Nazis forever.
Because I think we're going to go to Blackgate or wherever. That's where in the DCU where they keep the prisoners.
Blackgate is the meta-human.
Yeah. And I think we're going to, this is probably in like episode 7 or 8. We're going to run over there and we'll run into a lot of the Creature Commandos guys. And Lex is there too. And we're going to get a Lex Luthor cameo. That's all but confirmed.
I do like the use of the picture of the GI robot, like with the squinting eyes.
Oh, for Twitter memes?
Yeah, I do like that.
I do like that too. That's fun. But yeah, I think we're going to get that. Because I think that's generally where the season's going. I don't really have a lot of spoilery notes. That's really the main one. Oh, Rick Flag is probably the other main thing. What's going with the big twist with Flag in the 3rd episode?
I don't like Rick Flag, and he sucks, and all the versions of him are bad.
Both of the Rick Flags, Senior and Junior?
They're
I like Junior.
Lame. He's just a soldier guy.
I liked him in the Suicide Squad.
He's too important, and like, he's not that cool. He's just not. He's just some guy.
You always have such insight. He's kind of lame, low key.
He is though. He's got like he doesn't have any cool like personality traits or like.
I think he's very good in the Suicide Squad. I think he's a good straight man to play off the wacky characters.
And that works in Suicide Squad when there's wacky characters for him to play off. But when he's in an office building,
well, now he's a wacky.
Or with Harcourt.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's
also
just, like,
the
kind of a
timeline on
weirdo.
that is confusing because that was 3 years ago.
So in 2016 they were hooking up.
Okay, well here's the thing.
But he was also dating Witch Lady at
So,
the same time.
This third episode opens with Harcourt and
The flashback.
and Rick Flag Jr.
Yeah.
In bed together, and that is the morning that he ships out to Corto Maltese,
Where he dies.
which we see in the Suicide Squad.
Yes.
The first season of Peacemaker takes place 5 months after the Suicide Squad, and this new season is 6 months after the first season, which is like a less than a year from the Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Which the show says was 3 years ago.
Yes.
So the timelines are very muddled. Maybe the first season of Peacemaker took place further away from the Suicide Squad and the DCU, which we could talk about that previously on in the first
that
episode.
still like lines up. It's just like
Unnecessarily
it
confusing.
just all happened really fast,
Yeah.
I guess. Because like he got shot in the neck.
Right.
He recovered.
He did the Peacemaker 1.
In 5 months, he recovers. And
Right.
then he does Peacemaker 1. And then 6 months happens. And then he does Peacemaker 2. Like, that's fine. I mean, it means Harcourt is, like, kind of a sociopath. Because she, like, immediately gets over her, like, dead boyfriend with, like, literally no time to even think about that.
I want to get to that. But I do want to touch on the
She knows Peacemaker killed him.
Right.
Yeah. So, like, clearly she just doesn't care.
Well, that's why she hates him.
But she doesn't hate him, though.
That's why they won't
she
get
likes
together.
him, and they will be together.
Real
Definitely gonna
Okay, well, I guess we can touch on DC at the end. Because let's talk about that. That is the main issue with the show for me.
The Harcourt romance?
I don't buy it. I have no reason to buy it.
Yeah, because they have no chemistry at all and no reason to.
They have no chemistry, and the show just tells us that they want to be together.
Well,
but we have
she's
never
hot,
seen it.
And he's hot, so obviously they want to be together.
And it's kind of an issue with all of the characters, especially the first season is fine.
I don't know why any of these characters hang out
But
with each other.
the second season acts like these guys have been boys for years.
They've been boys for like
maybe
a few months.
And apparently
And
they don't
kind of don't even like each other.
They kind of bond in the first season, but you never get the sense that this is like
that they're going to be hanging out.
They're like a family unit,
drinking brewskis,
like a Guardians
roof.
of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
You never get that sort of impression.
Yeah. If Peter Quill was drinking brewskis with the Guardians on the roof of some building, I'd be like, yeah,
they're boys. They hang.
Of course, they're drinking beers on the roof of some building. These guys are like, okay, she's kind of friends with Peacemaker. They haven't even talked in a couple months. I don't even know why they're flirting. That guy freaking hates them. I don't even know why he's invited.
Economos?
Yeah. And then everyone hates Vigilante. I don't know why he's invited either.
Like, yeah, I don't buy like
if Peacemaker just likes Harcourt because she's hot, and that's
which is
the
kind of
only reason. Sure, that at least gives them a reason to like be in close proximity to each other, and they're both friends with Adebayo. So like those three have a reason to be around each other. The rest of them have no reason to interact at all.
And it kind of seems like that was like a pivot. Because I rewatched the first season before the second season started airing because it had been 3 years since I'd seen it.
And Ninja Guy.
Right, we'll get to him.
Who was also on their squad and is now evil.
We'll get to him. But I rewatched the first season before this new one came out. And the first episode, like, Peacemaker's hitting on Harcourt, like, a lot. And then she's like, cool it. And then they really don't have any sort of, like, romantic subplot.
Yeah.
And then in the final episode, they kind of have a moment, but it's never like, it's not really explicitly romantic.
Yeah.
So it kind of seems like the initial idea was that wasn't going to be a thing because Peacemaker was growing and needed to not like be a womanizer anymore. But then he got to season 2 and he just kind of changed his mind and he needed them to have like attention by the very start. So he just kind of pretended like they did
and like
to begin with.
You could maybe be like, well, he's maybe not a womanizer anymore, so like now he can get the girl, but like he throws an orgy in the first episode,
Right.
so like clearly that's not.
He hasn't had that much character progression.
Yeah. Was he just he invited the boys too now? Like that's the character progression.
It seems like a pivot. It seems like a pivot, and I don't like that. It really needs.
You know what you could.
The plot of the show needs you to care, and I don't.
What they could have done is just be like, "A first season didn't happen. Different show, different guys."
Well, basically the same show happened, but with one major variation.
Yeah,
and that is
the different guys show up at the
end.
And
the previously on, they retcon it, so at the end of season 1, instead of the Justice League being called in, the Justice Gang is called in.
Yeah,
and it's
Superman and
Supergirl are
also
both there
too.
Yep. So I guess Supergirl's been on Earth
for a little bit
and been doing stuff.
Well, we kind of knew that.
Well, she's in the end of Superman, but we don't know whether or not she's just been in space and is just like.
Well, she left her dog there. We knew she was on Earth,
but we didn't know that she was like actively fighting crime.
Yeah.
On Earth as Supergirl.
Yeah.
She could have just been in space, but apparently she has, so that's something. That's really the only like major DCU connection. They briefly mention Lex Luthor.
No, there's the Justice Gang, or just straight up.
Oh, right, they have a cameo in the first episode. Green Lantern and Hawkgirl and Maxwell Lord.
White Rabbit is there, and like does nothing.
Well, to show her butt.
But because James Gunn episode.
Yeah. Yeah, because of James Gunn. I didn't find that scene that funny. It was fine.
It wasn't funny. And, like, they stitched Camel Toe into the costume.
Right.
And you can't, like, it's on screen for such a short amount of time. No one noticed that.
Well, it's because.
Why did you. Yeah, it was for
Maxwell Lord says that's.
But again, there's so much, like. They do so much work to set up jokes that just. Don't land. I think the only joke that had like a long-term payoff that I kind of liked was the one with the rat alien in the dimension.
I liked that one.
Where he's like, I say hi to him every morning and he never says hi back. That one was funny.
That's also another retcon because there's no allusion in the first season that any of those doors are a multiverse thing.
Yeah. It was just like a closet.
He's also very close to the other universe.
Yeah, and he just, but we know.
It's kind of a miracle there's been no crossover. He
never really went in there very often. And I assume, like, the other ones know, like, not to wander around in there too
But we also never see that alien in the first season either. The one who's, like, right next door to him.
Yeah, but he also doesn't... He said he didn't go in there much.
The dimension is also moved. Before it was a pantry, and now it's a closet in a bedroom. I guess that's another DCU retcon.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
There's a brief mention of Lex Luthor and his Superman. What happened to Superman?
Yeah.
And then Rick Flag Sr.
does learn.
I'm assuming his role is gonna grow as the season progresses.
With Rick Flag Sr.? What do we do?
He's the head of Argus now.
What? No, he's not.
Yeah, because
Waller's coming back at the end of the show.
No, because she's doing the Waller TV spinoff that's never going to get made.
Yeah, where she takes over Argus again. That's the show. She's going to be back in charge imminently.
But he's hunting Peacemaker because he killed his
But,
son.
like, not very much. Like, because the scene where he reads the file takes place 3 months before the show starts.
Well, and then Economos has been monitoring.
And Economos has just been sitting in that van watching him for 3 months. So, like, yeah, he's monitoring Peacemaker. But, like, clearly not much is going on. So, like, it's not a big deal. Like, basically nothing has come of that.
Well, in the next episode, they're raiding his house.
Yeah, because the blinky light blinky.
We're getting the payoff. It's coming. But yeah, I don't really know what that character
why does
is
he
there
care?
for.
Why does
There's too many characters on this show.
Why is he hunt? Like, I get it. His son got killed, but like, it was like
get over it. Nerd.
No, it's like he was following orders from the guy you were also working for. You know Amanda Waller.
Yeah, but Rick Flag...
You know she was going to blow up his head if he didn't do it.
Yeah, but Rick Flag Sr. seems like a guy who would just be upset that he did it all and just go after him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that much of a thinker.
But, like, then why is he in charge of Argus?
Because he's a decorated military man.
That's stupid.
Okay, well,
'Cause
that's how the
Amanda
actual
Waller
government
wasn't a
works.
decorated military person. She just
You don't know
was
what her
the
qualifications
smartest.
were.
She's just Nick Fury. But,
Yeah.
But girl.
You know, for an organization called the Advanced Research Group, they do
do
no research and
surprisingly
are
little
mainly the FBI.
I do like how the one of them had, like, a portal detector.
Well, that's what the
And
Advanced
he
Research
just
do.
scans the wall. He's like, yep, there's
Portal
a
in
portal
there.
right here. And then they don't even, like, they don't even open it. They just kind of... And, like, it's password protected, right? So, like, can they even open it? Or
No.
if they open it, is there just a regular closet behind there?
I think so.
So, like...
I think that's going to be a bit in the next episode.
Yeah, they just fiddle with it. We just do this bit where they fiddle with it for a while.
Yeah, so that was the thing I wanted to touch on, though, was that I think this show has too many characters.
Yeah.
We have the core five. We have
Yeah.
the core five. We have Eagly, who's got a larger role this
Becoming
season.
a more important character.
And then we have Rick Flag Sr., Rick Flag Jr. now, Sasha Bordeaux, who works at Argus. Judo Master is back in the end of the third episode. And then there's now another new character played by Michael Rooker, who is hunting Eagly for Argus. And then we have
Then there's the alternate universe.
versions of
Where
Hardcore. His brother and his dad
are back.
Yeah.
Also, there's the squad of goons.
And then the squad of Argus agents.
Yeah.
Then Tim Meadows' character.
Yeah.
Langston Fleury.
And I guess the Justice Gang will probably show up again. At some
That's
point.
too many guys. And what happens is like we're supposed to be our main characters have done virtually nothing through the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
They had a beer on a roof. That was it. Adebayo, done nothing. Vigilante,
she had a hard conversation
Station with her wife.
Girlfriend?
No, they were married.
They were?
Yeah,
I don't think that's true.
they were.
I don't think she says that, though.
They do in the first season several times.
Yeah, but not in this one. I don't think they've said that. Because she says that, because one of them said that we broke up, and it's like, you don't break up a marriage, you get divorced.
Okay, well, I think she just said that, but they
then
were
she was
married.
like, we're taking space. We're taking some space apart. She says like, I thought you said we were just taking some time apart. And she says, no, we broke up. And then she's like, what's the difference? And she's like, a lot. But it's like, if they're broken up, that's a
They were
divorce.
married.
So did they get divorced?
They just didn't legally file the divorce paperwork yet.
That's how you break up a marriage.
You can also just stop talking to them.
But then they would have been like, we're just taking time. That would be time apart. There wouldn't be any disconnect there. But they have a disconnect there.
Okay, they didn't get divorced, but they broke up.
I guess.
They were married, but that's not important.
I mean, it could have just been another thing where they just decided it's not.
We haven't even seen Vigilante in his suit yet. Like, that's where we're at. Like, the main characters have done very little because most of our focus has been on
which is fine.
Rick Flag Sr. and Peacemaker. But I wanted to focus on Peacemaker. But if we have all of these other like main supporting characters, they need attention. We haven't seen them do anything.
And I was watching
any
it
development.
with Nick, and he's like he's getting real confused.
Okay, well,
no, but he's like a good barometer of like if you show someone who doesn't like autistically track what the DCU is doing.
Sure.
People who don't know that the 2016 Suicide Squad movie was part of a different cinematic universe that got retconned and is now slowly being unretconned.
But it's still somewhat canon.
But it's still somewhat, sometimes partially canon.
Yeah.
That is an incredibly confusing thing for people.
Right.
They just straight up, does not compute.
The fact that this is a television show where the first season takes place in one cinematic universe and the second season takes place in a different one, and all of the characters remember all of the events from the first season, that notion on its face is insane and impenetrable. But I also don't think no one who's not a DC fan is watching this. I think that's pretty clear. just based on the general vibe I
But
get from the
also,
reaction to the show.
We need to like make stuff that so people will want to watch the stuff.
I agree. And I think, I mean, the reasons for that are this is not a popular character.
Like, imagine if Falcon and the Winter Soldier was the second major installment of the MCU. Like, what? What are we talking about? The
don't know,
order
man.
the order right now is we did What If,
Right.
we did Iron Man, and then we did Falcon and the Winter Soldier season 2.
I forget about Creature Commandos every time. I forget that that's the first thing in the universe.
Like, that's so dumb.
Yeah.
And honestly, Creature Commandos fits more to me, that's like in the Harley Quinn bucket.
Yeah, well, it's the director of that. It was one of the showrunners of Harley Quinn.
Yeah, like tonally, that's in Harley Quinn land to me.
It kind of looks like it a little bit too.
Yeah, why is it in mainline DCU?
Rick Flag Sr. doesn't even have the same hair.
Are we gonna start saying is like Weasel gonna show up and be like, remember that time Harley Quinn killed the Justice League?
Weasel's gonna show up. Did he die? No, wait, did he die?
I haven't finished.
I should be asking myself. I think he might have died.
I don't care if he died.
So I don't know if he can come back. He might.
Well, no, he's gotta.
Why?
1, because Weasel doesn't die. That's like his thing.
Yeah.
2, because James Gunn likes his fuzzy guy.
That's true. He does love a fuzzy guy.
He needs a fuzzy guy. That's his only fuzzy guy.
You don't like Eagly. I know you know. I know you think that. You're not a fan.
I didn't have a
you
problem
hate
with
birds
Eagly,
and pets and animals.
but like
and children.
They're forcing him too hard. They're forcing him on us.
He's in it too.
He's an industry.
I don't even know if I say he's in it too much.
He's like an industry plant meme.
I liked him in season 1.
Yeah, because
he's used in moderation.
Yeah,
and he doesn't do anything important. It's more of a joke that he exists.
Yes, now it's
that he is a character on the show.
He is actively fighting off.
He has a whole action scene.
Squads of hitmen.
He has a whole action scene in the second episode.
Like, huh?
And apparently he's gonna have this whole subplot with Michael Rooker, and I'm like, no.
I'm trying to even.
No. That's
an MCU equivalent.
That's something you do on another show. That is probably something you could get away with on Creature Commandos.
Yeah,
because that's stupid and crazy
and ridiculous.
Because it's silly. There's nothing serious about that.
And then he has a dance sequence.
He's part of the dance stuff. I didn't mind.
It's a bird.
I didn't mind that. That was fine.
But that's the kind of thing where I'm like, okay, you're really trying to make this a meme, and you can't do that. If you try to force a meme, that ruins it.
I don't know if he's trying to force a meme.
He is, because all the Instagram posts of DC for that week were like...
Or was it Eagly stuff?
It's Eagle time.
Okay.
Eagly is eagling it up again.
That might be
Bird blindness is
how
a
DC is
condition.
looking at it. I think he just likes to put cute animals and stuff. I think that's just what he's thinking of.
Yeah, he likes having a furry guy.
He likes to always have a furry guy. Eagly's doing it's the tonal inconsistency of it all.
Yeah,
and that has always been the main thing holding Gunn back since the first Guardians. This is something we've been saying, where he always gets to a serious moment and is able to earn it, and then he undercuts it with a dumb joke.
But even Guardians, like when they get serious, okay, let's take for example the first one where he's fighting Ronan the Accuser at the end and he starts dancing, right? That's goofy, like in concept, but like within the context of the story, there is an actual reason that he's doing that.
And it's treated as goofy.
Yeah, but like Star-Lord is doing that to confuse him to buy the moment that they need in order to like finish him off.
And he's the only character of those people that would do that.
Yeah.
Any character on Peacemaker
could
do that, and I would be like, yeah.
Okay, sure, I guess.
Because they're all just James Gunn.
Yeah.
Every character sounds the same and acts the same. That's my main issue with the show. Except for Harcourt, who's like serious.
Yeah.
And that is my main issue with Harcourt, is that she's a complete one-note character. She's just a person who's angry.
She's like an NCIS character who's just like spawned into the show.
Her scene in the first episode where she goes to a bar and has a truly bad action sequence in the bar. I was like, we literally did this in the first episode of last season. This same scene. It's like he literally didn't know what to do.
Reason. She just walks into a bar.
Well, she's going into a bar to get into a fight so she can feel something because she's cold and unfeeling.
Yeah, I get it. But like,
how many times have we seen a character do that in a movie or television show?
The guy next to her goes like, and then she like kills him.
Yeah.
Like straight up murders him basically. And then like murders like 3 other dudes and then gets thrown out of the bar.
Yeah. And you could have a very long discussion about the way James Gunn writes female characters.
It's real bad.
It's real bad. I think that is like...
But honestly...
He does it...
Hang on.
Okay, sure, yeah, make a point.
Gamora's the same character.
Pretty much, yeah.
But I find Gamora infinitely better as a character. She still doesn't do a whole lot. But like, her cold, unfeeling demeanor serves a narrative purpose. It has context.
Right.
It contrasts her with the rest of the group. And it meaningfully affects the way that she interprets events.
Well, and also Zoe Saldana's an Oscar-winning actor and is much better at selling a role like that. And then too, like, over the course of those movies, you see her change.
Yeah. Harcourt
hasn't changed.
Regressed.
Yeah, since the first episode. Not at all. Everything she does is the same.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just a part of it. Because again, I do think that she gives a better performance in the third episode because this other version of Harcourt has a way more dynamic emotional register and range. Like the base Harcourt is just stuck in.
And maybe
angry drunk person mode.
Maybe it's just the first 3 episodes and she's like this to better contrast the Elseworld version of her.
Sure. But also we've never seen this character do anything.
Yeah, that doesn't change the fact that she's still kind of lame.
And again, it's the fact that every other character around her is the same person.
Yeah.
Like James Gunn. Every character in your show can't have like an encyclopedic knowledge of 80s and 90s hair metal and own an extensive vinyl record collection. No one, maybe one guy. I believe that Peacemaker does, but
Vigilante does, and also Adebayo
all
does,
of the characters have
have
these conversations about music and like listen to very niche rock bands. I'm like, they're not doing that. No one else is like that, but you.
Like, if you were to give any of the characters an apartment and you had like a set designer design them an apartment, you could put any of the characters into that apartment
in the Peacemaker set.
And it would make just as much sense.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
They're all the same.
Maybe.
And they all talk the same.
Yeah. Even the Vigilante bit.
With the birds.
Not even the birds as well, but it's not just birds. It's like also dolphins, and like also there's a third one that he mentioned at one point. I don't remember. Is that going somewhere?
No.
Is this joke?
It's a funny joke.
Is it? What is the joke? Just that he says he knows a lot and then he's wrong. That's it.
Okay, just a few more notes and then we'll move on to the paper. I think David Denman and Robert Patrick, who play his brother and father, I think they're both very good actors.
All of those scenes have been great.
All those scenes are great. That is the best stuff in this season.
And you know what? God dang it, James. God freaking dang it, James. How many times are we going to do the dad thing, James? James?
Messed up dad.
Call your dad.
I'm not going to knock... I think his dad's dead.
Okay, maybe don't... Clearly you have some kind of issues. Dad.
I'm not gonna knock it for season 1 because that's a thing from his character. I'm not gonna knock that for like a season 2 flaw because that's a thing that carries over from the first scene. It's a core of his character.
That's probably the best carried over plot point.
Yeah.
Actually, that's probably the only carried over plot point from the first season.
Well, you know what's interesting is that So this is the second version of the season. There was a whole other season 2 that he threw out.
Yeah, because the universe got flipped.
And apparently that was going to be the remaining racists that followed White Dragon were going to come after Peacemaker, and that was going to be the plot.
Right.
And then he switched it to the multiverse thing.
Which he kind of had. Well, no, he didn't have. Why? Yeah, why didn't he just do that?
Well, because I think he just liked this story better.
That's fair. That makes sense.
There was an element at the end of season 1 where he's seeing his ghost dad, and he's talking to him.
Yeah.
That was obviously supposed to carry over into season 2, and that is just gone from the show.
The first season just doesn't matter.
Not much at all.
Just skip it.
None of the events are really mentioned in detail. Than,
literally name one thing that matters from the first season.
I mean, other than the characters meeting each other.
But, they're not the same. They don't act the same.
No, and they're way more...
the characters in season 2 are easier to buy if you haven't seen the first
and
season.
they've done most of their bonding off screen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you don't know that, they basically had no time to interact with each other and most of them didn't even like each other for the whole first season, then this makes way more sense because they're all just friends at the beginning of the season.
Anything else you want to say about season 2 Peacemaker? First 3 episodes, five to go. It could get a lot better. I think the plot is about to kick in.
Potential. I can feel that it's building towards something.
Do you like it better than season 1?
I like it a lot better than season 1.
Okay.
Season 1 was very boring. I really did not like it that much.
Okay.
I just kind of watched it because I was like, I guess.
We have to
watch it.
This is our job.
And then Penguin came out not long. It was the next DC show after that.
Yeah, it was
just why? What?
Peacemaker's playing T-ball in the parking lot. Penguin's in the World Series.
Yeah, it's but the fact that those two things were allowed to be on the same platform around the same time.
And
what are
the other part of it is, James Gunn thinks that his show is better.
Close.
Okay, the only other thing I'll say is that I want the action on this show to be better.
Oh yeah,
the action needs to be better.
I was gonna say, how on earth am I supposed to treat these goons like even remotely a threat?
You're not.
They
all got killed by a bird.
But they keep bringing them back like they're gonna fight. The third episode ends with they're about to fight. Okay, so Peacemaker just took out an entire squad of terrorists single-handedly with basically no effort. And I'm supposed to worry that these goons that his pet bird soloed are a threat?
Yeah.
What, because they recruited some eagle hunting guy?
And I didn't think the Eagle action sequence was great. I told you I thought the hardcore one in the bar was bad.
The sad part is that I think the eagle hunting one is maybe the best.
That is the best one. The one in the third episode.
The terrorist one wasn't bad.
Fine, but it wasn't anything.
I like the axe kill. That was
sure.
Was fun. Where he whacks him and he's like, "What happened?" and then he dies.
I don't think any of them have been as good as the final action scene in the finale of the first season.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a hard comparison. That's obviously where most of the money went.
That was the big one.
That was just them in a field just killing a bunch of people.
Fighting, yeah.
But I don't know, for the Peacemaker show, if it's gonna have action at all, I'd like it to be a higher quality. Because a show like The Boys, which is another superhero thing, I don't expect any action from that because that is obviously not what that show is interested in.
Yeah.
This,
not what it's about.
Where James Gunn is famous for this mix of hyper violence, vulgarity, and
it's
heartfelt sincerity.
But it's not fun to watch.
No, it's not kinetic.
The fight scene with alternate universe Peacemaker, that sucked. He crashed him into a case of weapons, picked him up, did the exact same thing a second time, picked him up, did the exact same thing a third time, and then he flies into the ceiling and dies instantly.
Okay, I know I said that was my last note, but I will say, every time John Cena is shirtless in this, I'm concerned for him. He is obviously so roided up It's like, it's concerning,
He
man.
looks like a hot dog. You know when you
He's just bulging.
you know when
all
you
of
put
him
a
is
hot dog
bulging.
in the microwave and it's like about to explode.
He looks like that all
he
the
looks
time.
like a hot dog that's like right about to explode.
He looks like if he like bumps into the corner of a table, his
skin will rip
his
off
leg
his
is just
body.
gonna burst open and blood's gonna pour out. He look like
he walks,
he needs to chill.
He walks like this.
Yes, he does. He's so like
He
wide.
doesn't walk right. I don't know what's going on with that.
Cool out, John. He's like nearly 50. Like you're good.
You can chill a little bit.
You don't have to be that jacked.
It's not even commonplace for superheroes to be that huge.
Yeah.
Like unless you're like Black Adam, and that's just because it was The Rock. Like you're not going to be that huge.
Black Adam. I think it's mostly because he's.
Speaking of Black Adam, do you know what it's the anniversary of?
What?
It's the anniversary of when he said that the queen won't be able to watch Black Adam in theaters.
Was that a real
she
tweet or was that a
died.
Photoshop?
That's real.
Oh God.
I think that I can double.
I think it was a Photoshop. Anyway, Peacemaker season 2. We'll probably come back to it when the season wraps up in October, and maybe we'll check in every week if something crazy happens. But that's our thoughts.
Never mind. He didn't do that. Oh, that would have been
Fake tweet. That was our thoughts initially on Peacemaker season 2, the first 3 episodes. Do you have a favorite of them? Of the episodes? I guess mine is the third one. Maybe the first? It might be the first. I really like that scene with him, his brother, and his dad in the end of the first episode.
Yeah.
I think that's the best part of the show.
I think that is the best scene so far. The third episode was pretty cool too, but
I like the multiverse stuff. I think it's interesting. I think it's fun.
I think I will have a favorite episode later.
Okay.
I have a feeling that we're gonna get a couple cool episodes later on.
All right. Let's talk about for a little bit the paper. This is the new
paper.
Office spin-off / continuation, loose spin-off continuation. That's on Peacock. That just dropped its whole first season, all 10 episodes. It comes to us from Greg Daniels and Michael Coman. Greg Daniels created the American Office series, obviously. Michael Coman worked on Nathan For You and was a writer on Late Night with Conan O'Brien. It has already been renewed for a second season, according to Peacock, although we have seen renewals just not happen in the past. So
this one probably will, though.
I don't know how it's doing viewership-wise.
Probably not great.
I would think it was doing better if Peacock had put out some like story and deadline, like planted a story where like biggest Peacock launch for an original series in first weekend. None of that. It is the #1 show on Peacock, but what does that mean?
What else is on there?
Yeah, we won't see how it does on Nielsen for like another month. But Sam, we're just gonna talk loose about it. It's not really a spoilery show.
Yeah, I'd say there's like maybe one kind of. That's even in like the third episode.
We've both seen all 10 episodes.
Yes.
What do you think of the paper?
I think that Steve Carell's absence is noticeable.
Okay.
There are jokes that like the paper director, the editor-in-chief guy does.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's a Michael Scott joke.
There is an entire episode where like his whole plot line is a Michael Scott plot.
Yeah.
It's the episode where he has to sell a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, I'm like, that is literally something they would have Michael Scott do on The Office.
Yeah, well, that and the thing with like where he has like the weird dad relationship with the boss.
Yeah, and they have the same
It's a very
backstory.
Michael Scott thing to have.
They have the same backstory. I just realized
Michael Scott
they were both like the
cardboard
best
salesman.
salesmen, and then they were promoted to the
that's right,
manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they like knew the guy who like owned the building. It's literally the exact same thing.
Yeah, they have the same origin.
Yeah, and he's not as intentional. He's not as obliviously confident as Michael Scott was.
No.
Like he is trying to be inoffensive, and part of Michael Scott's shtick is that like he's just completely unaware.
Yeah, Michael
that
Scott's whole
what he's
thing
saying is way out of pocket.
Yeah.
Whereas this guy, like, there was one, he was like saying something that was like not a slur, but it's like something you're not supposed to say.
I forget.
And then the rest of them are like, whoa, dude, you can't say that. And he's like, well, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it that way. And then it's like, okay, this is a Michael Scott bit. This is a Michael Scott bit. But he's like, he's delivering the lines apologetically when clearly this is a time where Michael Scott would be doubling down.
Right. Because he's a mix of, and I don't want to compare everything to The Office, but
that's the point of the show. That's why they made it.
He's a mix of Jim and Michael. Like, he's filling both of those roles.
No, but
in
even
the show.
like he's not confident at all.
No, but he's also supposed to be like the everyman.
Or like
he has the main
the thing
romantic
where he's
subplot.
like like I'm 95% confident in this paper.
Right.
And then like he goes through all this stuff where like they have all the issues in that episode, and then at the end he's like, okay, 85%. That's another very Michael Scott-ism thing to say. Because Michael Scott would be like, oh, I'm 95% sure this company is going to be there until I die or whatever. Like, it's all very... I feel like all his jokes are Michael Scott jokes.
He's a little bit more... Michael Scott, he's...
Like, when he got up on the desks and started...
Right, yeah.
That's a Michael Scott bit.
That is a Michael Scott bit. Aside from that, what did you think of the show overall?
I think that the supporting cast... is I think half of the supporting cast is really good.
Okay.
I actually like the Gen Z girl and the other guy, the dude. I think that's my favorite group.
The pairing.
Yeah, pairing.
I like the main female lead, Mare. I think she's fun.
Mare is I like Mare.
I like Mare.
She needs more, but like I feel like they'll figure that out as the show goes on. I do not like the editor lady.
I agree with you.
She
doesn't work.
Sucks.
Overall,
and so does the British guy.
Yeah. I wrote that down in my notes.
Sucks.
Okay, I want to talk about that.
And none of what they're doing ever makes any sense at all. None of it. They don't do anything. The only bit that I thought was kind of funny was where she gets catfished by the dude in like Romania or whatever. The German like scammer guy. That bit was okay. But that character sucks.
So my general opinion on the show is that it isn't great.
I could see it becoming.
It's not super funny, but it's good, and I think it's a charming show. And like pretty much every sitcom, the pilot is not very good, and then it gets better as it goes, and you can see them working the kinks of the show out in real time.
Yeah, like I can see the show improving
as it goes,
and I could see it getting really good.
I think everyone's going to compare it to The Office, and we're going to compare it to The Office because obviously it's in the same universe.
They wouldn't have done it this way.
It's got a lot of the same creative team behind it.
Yeah.
The interesting part about it is that it's also very comparable to Parks and Rec because The Office...
That's also in the same universe, kind of.
Yeah, The Office took really 2 full seasons. No, sorry. The Office took about 1 season to get going. Season 2, they had pretty much figured it out.
I think the 3rd season is where they really...
And then in the 3rd season, they hit their stride. Parks and Rec took longer. Parks and Rec, they didn't even know what the show was until really the end of the 2nd season.
Yeah.
And that is another show where they had a main character who was obviously, when they conceived the show, supposed to be a core element. But as they kept writing it, I'm talking about, was it Mark?
Huh?
Remember she had her original love interest in Parks and Rec? The like city planner guy?
Yeah, he was barely even in the show
but he was a main cast member early on, and then by the end of the 2nd season they wrote him off because he just didn't fit. I think it's a similar thing here. I think obviously when they conceived of the paper,
please write her off
as
the British guy.
Sabrina Impacciatore, who plays Esmeralda, who's supposed to be like a co-lead on the show.
Yeah, I don't like her.
Obviously the show is conceived with those 2 characters in mind. And then as even this season has gone on, she has taken a back seat in the show.
And you know what? I think that character could be funny. I think there's a version of that character that is funny. But the conflict between her and the main guy, doesn't exist.
And that is obviously what they built the show on.
And I don't know why she's always trying to sabotage him. Because he never gives her any pushback on any of her. She never pitches an idea and he like goes, no, we're not doing that. That doesn't happen.
Well,
she just doesn't like that he's in charge.
She was running it and then he came in.
Yeah, but like none of what she was doing changes when he gets there. So I don't know why she's mad. She didn't even give him time. Like, if he had come in and we got an episode where he's really shaking things up. He's moving the coffee maker around.
Yeah.
He's putting her magazines in the wrong spot. She's pitching ideas and he's shooting them down immediately. Not even letting... Okay, now we have a reason for these two characters to, like, beef. But the one-sided beef where she's just, like, constantly trying to sabotage him... And like to no end, and he doesn't even notice most of the time. And like they do this thing where she obviously does a thing to sabotage him.
Right.
He goes, "Why did you do this thing?" And she tells an obvious lie, and he just goes, "All right, okay, I guess that's the reason." And then that's it. Like they never clash.
And I think that's because his character is just supposed to assume everyone has the best intentions.
Yeah.
And everything's great. It's weird for a show to have two built-in antagonists who are series regulars on the show.
And neither of them do anything.
Because the British guy, right?
Who even is that guy?
That's I guess
what does he do?
The
what
most
is his
comparable
job supposed to be?
The most comparable character to him on The Office would probably be like Jan, who's like the regional supervisor.
Is he in charge? Like, that's what
I think so.
Who is he?
I think he's supposed to be the boss of, like, I think he's supposed to be in charge of the toilet paper sales department, and then he is then by extension in charge of the paper.
Yeah, like I don't understand what his relationship is to the cat.
But that's who he would be comparable to on The Office. It's like the Jan character.
Yeah, he's even because the owner,
more of a Robert California maybe later on.
Yeah, where he's like a middleman.
But it's like that character.
But even Robert California was never openly trying to sabotage
No.
Michael Scott. He would make business decisions against Michael's wishes, and then they would clash about that. But he was never openly antagonistic towards him. At least not really.
Yeah, but just like on the show, that character is one who you would like bring in every couple episodes, who would be like, I want the paper to do this, and then they would have a clash, and then that would be the plot of that episode. Him being a series regular, where just like every week, the only thing that character does is try to sabotage what's going on.
Like, I don't know what he's supposed to be doing.
I don't either. And then him and Esmeralda have the same role on the show.
Yeah.
They're both just there to sabotage whatever Domhnall Gleeson is doing.
And, like, it's fine. We can have schemers. They're scheming together. It's Team Rocket.
But that also can't be every storyline.
Yeah.
And I think that's another problem with this season.
If Team Rocket is blasting off again every episode, you go, okay, chill on Team Rocket a little bit.
Well, it's also like, and this is the thing on The Office, but like, she would be fired. She's never working.
She never does anything.
She's openly antagonistic, and she's never working. She's only ever goofing off.
And like, yeah, there's like the threat of the British guy, but like, as far as I can tell, he has no real power to do anything. So like, I don't even know what his threat is.
And the basis of the show.
And okay,
sure.
I actually do like Oscar in this show.
Yeah,
I actually think he's good in this.
He feels a little different than The Office Oscar.
He's clearly not the same character.
But he would have changed because it's been 12 years.
It's been long enough that it makes sense the way that he is now.
Sure.
He clearly, he clearly like has almost like a resentment for Michael Scott, like in his dialogue. Like he brings him up.
There are very, very
But out of
subtle
all of
references.
the cast in The Office, he probably consistently had the worst, aside from Toby, probably consistently had the worst rapport with Michael Scott. He's really the only one that Michael never fully won over by like the end of the show.
Right.
And I think that the way that they treat that part of his character is actually done better than I thought they were going to do it.
They said the reason they chose him is that he had the most open-ended. His ending was the most open-ended by the end of The Office.
He just didn't have.
Because he just didn't really have one.
Yeah. Stanley is in the show as well.
Well, he's mentioned.
No, I mean like they have a clear and obvious,
right,
like carbon copy of Stanley, like an old sleepy black dude who just does crossword puzzles all day and is never working.
I want
to literally Stanley.
I want to talk about that. I like the cast.
Yeah.
None of them ever have storylines on the show.
Yes, Stanley doesn't do anything in this show.
And they need.
He's
really,
not even. He has like maybe one funny line.
And I don't want to sound overly critical.
Yeah.
Of the whole operation because it's a sitcom. It's not that kind of show.
The edges are very rough.
Yeah. I'm more just giving like these are things you can do.
These are things I would
as you go
build on. Yeah.
I think the show needs to do a better job of mixing up character pairings. Mm-hmm. It's something I've been rewatching Community just for fun.
Yeah.
If you watch early Community episodes, it's got the same thing we were talking about with sitcoms where it starts off rocky, they don't really know who the characters are yet or what works.
And then a few seasons in they figure it out.
And they're trying stuff out in real time. What I think Community does really well and helps get itself going faster is that the first several episodes, every episode they've paired two different characters together.
And we're seeing which pairs work
so
that we can build on those as the show goes on.
They're finding out who works together. This show, I think every episode
is the same pairings every single time.
Domhnall Gleeson is paired with Mare. Mm-hmm. And that's fine. That's a good pairing.
And Gen Z girl is paired with
Jim,
Black Jim. And right, the other lady.
And then the's these other
like
guys.
The like leftist lady who like doesn't do anything.
There's the other accountants.
Does she team up with Stanley?
I don't think
so. Do they do anything?
Oscar gets to pair up with Mare for one episode.
Yeah, and that's just because Oscar is like from The Office, and so like he got more.
But
if Oscar wasn't from The Office, that wouldn't have happened.
But I liked that episode. I liked that they were paired together and they had a little storyline.
Like something happened. Or even the episode where like they bring in the boss and they're having the business meeting, and she sabotaged the main editor by like not inviting him to the business meeting.
Right.
And so like Oscar knows that this guy's a good boss, and so he has to kind of figure out a way to like make it work without getting himself in trouble. That was a good setup. But like do more of that. Just more things happening.
We just got to pair these characters up in different combinations because by the finale comes around. It was really weird.
The finale I think was pretty good.
The finale was good. But the finale comes around and there's this offhanded mention by Mare that her and the Gen Z girl are like friends. And she's like crying in her hotel room at the end of the episode. I'm like, we have literally never seen these two characters interact on screen before.
I think that was more like she was more hurt by the breakup than she thought. And then that was just like the next person she knew. And so she just went there.
But how are we 10 episodes in?
Yeah, I don't know.
And these two characters have never had an exchange
time together. Yeah,
like this is basic stuff. They gotta mix these people up because the other problem is
also the whole newspaper awards. That's just the what did Michael Scott
it's a
call
tried
them?
And true.
It's the Dundies.
Yeah, but it's the
Dundies again.
It's a tried and true sitcom premise.
Also, they won all the awards.
Yeah,
it's season 1.
Yep.
You can't win all the awards in season 1.
And that's
now they're the best newspaper.
That's the thing I wanted to talk about is it because that also relates to the main romantic through line.
Because like, could you imagine if Pawnee won like best city in what state are they in?
Indiana.
Indiana. If they won best city in Indiana award in season 1, it's like okay, so like now what?
And that is because they don't know when they sat down to write and shoot this whole season of television. They had no idea whether or not they were going to get picked up again.
Yeah.
So they were writing the show as if it got canceled at episode 10. They were like, well, that we tried.
Yeah, I guess we're done.
That was enough.
Because he shouldn't have won that award.
Well, that and they also basically resolved the main romantic through line.
Yeah,
in the final
like,
episode.
He like makes out with her, and that's it. We're good.
We're 10 episodes into our sitcom, and our will they won't they
is willed.
willed.
A will. Well, I mean, we can always do the like, well, we kissed, but we're
which
not
they will
sure.
end up
And
doing
they, like,
if
putz
they
around
end up
for
making a
another
second season.
3 seasons. He shouldn't have won the award. Because the whole thing was that like he was pretending really bad. He was pretending really hard that he didn't really care, and then he wins. But if he's pretending really hard that he doesn't care and he wins, it's like, okay, so then there's no payoff. If he loses and then it's like, man, I actually really did want to win that award. Then it's like, oh, okay, now there's like drama occurring. But if he's like, I don't really want to win, and I did anyway, guess I'm just that cool.
It's like, because
okay,
it's
cool.
These types of shows are too light and fun and optimistic for them to end on that kind of note. If the show were to end with episode 10,
Yeah,
it's the fear of we will get canceled and this will be all we ever got. And it's. I also expected the show to. So much of the focus is like our two physical antagonists. I expected.
I don't remember. Like, I hardly remember any of the schemes they did.
I would honestly like that whole element of the show. You don't need.
Yeah,
because
I actually don't think I remember a single thing that they did.
Your antagonist is
Aside
the
from
fact.
that sticky note, that was it.
Your antagonist is the fact that no one reads the local newspaper anymore.
Yeah, you don't need a.
That is the obstacle the characters should be trying to overcome. The other random British guy like trying to like randomly get them to cut all their staff. That's nothing.
Like
that shouldn't be there.
The episode where there was the kid who had his own blog and it was getting like way more views, and then they had drama with him.
Right.
That makes way more sense.
That is what they should be doing.
That is the type of antagonist that makes sense in a show like this. Like, could you imagine if in Mythic Quest, right? Like because they kind of do the same thing with like Booty Shoe, where like there's this kid who's like kind of running the scene more or less, and like they kind of have to like work around his wishes. If there were like two characters who just hate video games and their goal is to sabotage the video games, that would be stupid. That wouldn't make any sense. And that's what we're doing. And it doesn't make any sense. They don't have any incentive to do this. The British guy has no incentive to be sabotaging this guy.
I think.
What does he gain from sabotaging it? He's in charge of him.
The show's explanation is that he wants to gain power gain
favor with the boss.
Gain favor with the boss, but the boss seems to like the paper.
Yeah, so
like, getting rid of that would not seemingly earn him any favor.
That wouldn't put you in that spot. You just got rid of a guy the boss liked. Like that's not.
And I guess for Esmeralda, if he's gone, she's back in charge.
Yeah, like that one makes a little more sense.
Because
she was in charge. Now there's this guy in charge, and like so she doesn't like that.
I just don't. I don't understand why that character is the British character is there at all.
He doesn't need to be there.
He doesn't need to be. There's too many characters on the show who are not getting any play at all.
To have this guy.
For him to be the B plot every episode because he's just not that funny.
And he doesn't do anything.
He's just not funny. Like if that.
Like, what's the thing he does?
Tries to sell a toilet paper glove.
Right. But like. All right.
Sure.
Great.
Like we need to give more focus to the other guys. Because I like them. I like the cast. I think they're good.
I think that this cast has potential.
Yes.
To do some funny stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I like Domhnall Gleeson. I know you're not a big fan of the lead. I think he's good.
I didn't actually have a problem with him. My biggest problem was that they wrote him like Michael Scott.
I don't know what kind of American accent he's doing. It's like very Weasley. I'm not sure where he's supposed to be from, but
that's fine. Like I don't have a problem with the actor. Like I think he can do this. I can see that he can do it, but all his jokes are like C-tier Michael Scott jokes.
Yeah. Because they're still feeling the character out.
Yeah.
They don't know quite who he is.
And he needs to bloom into his own guy.
Because that's a problem Parks and Rec had too. Where Parks and Rec, Leslie Knope starts off and she's like kind of annoying and bumbling a little bit, but they eventually like find who she is. She's just like this very driven, overly enthusiastic person
character,
about everything.
Yeah.
And that's where the comedy comes from, is from her like idiosyncrasies,
her dreams being bigger than her means to execute them. Yeah,
they're kind of doing that with what do you remember the character's name?
Redhead guy,
the main character in the paper. They're trying to do something along those lines, but they just kind of need to pick a direction and go.
Yeah,
they're too much leaning into incompetent boss.
Also, Mare's like, I think too young for this, like, where she's like a retired veteran.
I think the actress is like in her late 30s. Like,
how long was she in the army for?
You don't have to be in the army that long.
And then she was also writing for another paper before this.
I mean, if she's 35, then
I guess that works.
Maybe she was in the army for 4 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that long.
It comes up a lot. Like, it makes me believe she was in the army for a while.
Because they just haven't, on the board when they were writing all the characters out, it was
Does this mean anything?
In the army. Yeah. Like, that was her bit. And they're just kind of working backwards.
What is this?
Yeah, they're pairing it up. Again, it's just growing pains.
Yeah.
This is always how sitcoms are. Like, a half hour for an ensemble comedy is very little time. Like, it takes several installments
to figure out how it works,
and putting them in several different situations.
I would say
to figure out who everyone is.
My biggest areas of growth would be flesh out the main guy more, make him less of Michael Scott. Figure out what the leftist lady does. She didn't do anything the whole show. The emo.
The other accountant.
Yeah, she didn't do anything the entire show.
Oh, I like the guy who's a Fisher dude. I think he's fun. I like the
guy who has like too many
kids.
Like
the guy who has a million kids and he's really dumb.
That's a funny bit.
That's
actually a really funny
I like
bit.
him. I want to see more of him.
I want to see more of him. And I like that I like the bit where they gave him the gas station pills and he's like really trying not to have more kids. I thought that was this show has funny bits and funny characters.
Yes. They just they gotta let the funny stuff rise, and they gotta let these random characters that
the half of the office that is doing toilet paper. They need to figure out what that is.
Yeah,
what's up with that? Are these characters gonna be involved at all?
Let's just put.
There's not really any reason why we can't just have them be in the show.
Or just cut that part of the office off and
either put him out or put him in. This weird thing where there's 6 other guys in this office that never do anything.
That's another thing. Let's get these people out of this office.
Stanley needs to have something to do.
New Stanley.
Stanley 2 needs to do something. I actually really liked the boss. The owner of the newspaper.
The old guy.
I actually thought his thing was really
he's
funny.
Fun.
Where, he just kind of is chill.
I love that he's chill.
Everyone's super worried about him being there, but, he's just chill. He doesn't care.
He's okay with everything.
Yeah, he doesn't even mind that
it's a good reverse from, in the office, the CEOs and bosses.
It's always
we're always focused in business and
this one's totally hands off and just
do your thing, guys.
Do their whatever they got to do.
I like that. That is good. That is a nice change.
I'll let you. Yeah, just do it. Okay. If you don't like it, I'll just do it your way. It's okay.
I have one really other main question is that this is probably going to get a season 2. It's obviously been renewed, but Peacock doesn't have it. This is Peacock's biggest IP is The Office.
Yeah, I'd say there's a 70% chance this gets another season.
When they do the second season, do you think they fold more Office stuff in, or do you think Peacock? I would bet a lot of money that Peacock and Universal and NBC would absolutely love for them to put more Office stuff in the show.
I think each season will have a cameo of an Office guy.
I was very surprised that we got all the way through the first season and we didn't have a Kevin
Advanced
appearance.
Refrigeration, I think, is the only one.
Because that's the other thing is that the start of the show is Dunder Mifflin is gone.
Yeah, it's
the Scranton office is closed.
Which
the brand was bought by this company, and honestly, the first thing I was the whole show, because that's the very first beginning of the pilot. I was the thing kind of lingering over the rest of the show was this is all nice and good and cute, but I'd really like to know what happened to Dwight after Dunder Mifflin closed.
I mean, I assume he went and did his beet farm, but
You would think, but like,
Oh yeah, he did, because remember the farm?
yeah, they were gonna do the farm.
Yeah, that
but
probably is what they were.
that character's whole bit was he wanted to be the regional manager of Dunder Mifflin.
Yeah, like how would Dwight react?
I'd
to
love
Dunder
to see
Mifflin going out of business.
What happened to Dwight now that Dunder Mifflin went out of business?
Like that crash out must have been like,
legendary,
biblical. Yeah.
So there is that lingering part of like, we're never gonna get a Jim or
Also,
Pam.
What was up with the like laser hair removal thing? Whatever they were doing in the like the current office, where that one lady is like, my sister went missing. And,
I
and
think
they found her. I was like, what? What was that?
I think
bit?
that
what even was that?
I think that was the documentary crew is like
filming this random.
Well, no,
chick?
I think they're like trying to figure out what they're
Finding
gonna
the target,
follow.
yeah.
So they're like going like, do we just see who's in here now? Oh, okay.
And then they were like, she's weird.
And then they tracked in the paper because I do like that. I like that the pilot is the documentary crew is almost a character. Where
I think
they initially set out with this goal of like going back to Dunder Mifflin to see what's going on,
and they're just gone.
And they're gone, and it's like, all right, we'll just follow the trail, and then you can kind of see them be like, what is this paper here? And then like them focusing in on that, and that's obviously interesting to them. And I like that element.
I like the I do like the Oscar kind of hates them bit.
Doesn't want to be in it
because like he was on their show for 9 years.
The joke that he signed or released in 2005 that didn't expire was funny. I liked that.
Yeah. Like that's
They should just...
And when he's receiving his award and he's like, and these weirdos who've been obsessively following me for 20 years.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's kind of funny.
But do we expect... I'd have to think someone's going to show up in season 2. The question is,
though?
Who would make sense to show up?
It would have to be like Oscar brings one of his friends to work, right? One of his friends comes to visit.
I was kind of doing a ranking in my head of like who would be most likely to show up. I think...
Who was the senator guy that Oscar was like...
no.
No, but what if he like ran for...
They're in a different state.
He can move. No, like what if he runs for office in Ohio and something like they get back together?
Nah.
No, hang on. I think this could be a
This is a
funny
bad
episode.
pitch. No.
He comes back, they start hanging out again, and the Toledo truth teller is the ones who like find out, and then he has to try and like bury the story again. But this time he works for the news. Like that's kind of funny.
I was thinking like who would make sense to show up.
Yeah, Angela makes no sense.
Here's the thing. Yeah, Angela, Dwight, we're absolutely never getting a Michael Scott
Jim
appearance.
and Pam have that. Their company is like national now.
They're in
right?
like Austin. Like,
but like they could go to Ohio because they're opening a new
You would have to get both
something.
of them, and I don't think Krasinski is available.
You could get just one.
You can if Pam shows up, everyone's just gonna be like, "Where's Jim?"
She could be like,
if Jim shows up, everyone's just gonna be like, "Where's Pam?"
Building that he's opening.
I was thinking about it. Paul Lieberstein writes and directs on this season, who played Toby in the original in The Office. I was like, okay, that would make sense because Toby, if Dunder Mifflin got bought by whatever this new company is, he would presumably just work at HR there.
Yeah,
like he could be there.
No, he'd get fired.
Okay, sure.
Because he's Toby. So he'd be like, they fired.
But
me.
like that would presumably be where he would go. Kevin, Brian Baumgartner just needs work.
Could just show up. And him and Oscar were friends.
I honestly think
he's probably the most likely to show up.
The most likely characters to show up, I think, are not even main characters on the original show.
Will probably show up.
Someone like Creed, but probably like Jan. Like I could see 100% them using Jan, just because that's a random character, but it's just enough connected to where it's still related, but you have enough space where you can kind of do whatever you want.
And she was an executive, so like maybe she was part of the merger.
You could just interact with them. Ryan, someone like that.
He's always doing some weird
What's
stuff.
Ryan? These are the kind of characters. We're never going to get any of the main guys.
I could see Creed just like, he's just doing some
just
weirdo
bumming out.
stuff.
Well, isn't he's in jail,
He's always doing some wacko behavior.
Something like that.
You know one thing that really annoyed me the whole show?
What's that?
Every single commercial was Office themed. And it was the same 3 Office themed commercials.
You're talking about on Peacock when you were watching it.
It was the same 3 Office themed commercials over and over every single ad break. And I was like, guys, please play a different commercial. please. I get it. It's The Office. I get it.
I just don't think. I think Peacock has a hard time selling ad space.
Because there's the one AT&T ad with Creed and Angela and
Oscar
and
Kevin
and maybe Kevin.
Stanley. I don't even
and
remember
then there's
which one
the
it
one
is.
where the guy from The Basement is playing the keyboard.
Oh, Craig Robinson
guy.
I forget what his character.
I don't remember either.
He could show up.
He was there and he was keyboarding.
Yeah. Anyway, I like it. I think it's a good show.
I think it's a good setup. I think it has room to grow.
It's got room to grow, which is what you want.
Yeah. And
if they don't just give it another 10. Also, 18 episodes for season 2, and they have to be out in a year. They cannot drop another 10 in March of 2027.
Why not?
The show will die. This kind of thing has to air yearly. Like, you cannot just like go years. That's what bothered me more than anything else about Mythic Quest. It was a half-hour comedy, and they took a 3-year gap in between the third and fourth season. Why?
Yeah.
This is because you said this is great background noise. That's what this is for.
Yeah.
This is the show you have on in the background.
I was playing this in the
while
background
you do laundry.
While I was playing Hollow Knight. That's what I was doing with this show.
That's what people do with The Office when it was on Netflix. Is they just let it run, and they would just like do some paperwork, homework, do laundry, cook, and it was just on.
And if you look up, Pam's there, and you're
yeah,
like,
and then you'd watch it. Like,
yeah.
that's what it's for. It's comfort food. So this thing has to be around. Like, it cannot just disappear from the whole zeitgeist and expect to reappear with any sort of presence or grandeur. Anyway, that's the paper. I liked it. I think it's good. Any other thoughts?
I'd say it's a solid B-.
That's good.
Which isn't terrible.
That's passing.
That's pretty good. It's like I give it like a 79.
Just study next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're almost there.
That's all I have for this episode, Sam. I don't know if you have anything else you want to talk about.
Last minute.
Before we wrap everything up.
Let's check discussing film, see if anything.
Of course, our boys over at Discussing Film.
They do be posting.
They do be discussing film.
Oh, this is kind of funny.
What's that?
Did you hear what happened with Raymond Cruz, the Breaking Bad guy?
Oh, that's not funny.
He
assaulted a child.
He hosed a child for getting on his yard. That's insane, and now he's going to jail. That's kind of funny. It's like cranky old man behavior.
Yeah.
What are you doing, dude? A sequel to The Last Witch Hunter is in the works at Lionsgate.
Michael Caine's coming out of retirement at 92 years old.
Yeah, there's a mosquito right there. Something fun about this movie that I think hardly anyone knows.
The original Last Witch Hunter?
Yes. Yeah, the Vin Diesel one.
Mm-hmm.
There is a D&D class that exists solely because of that movie. There is a Matt Mercer, who, for those of you who don't know, he's a fairly prolific voice actor as well as the host of the Dungeon Master for Critical Role. And they were doing a special one-off episode with Vin Diesel. And the Witch Hunter movie was coming out. And so they made up a special class just for him to match with his Witch Hunter character called the Blood Hunter. And that eventually became so popular that it got its own section on D&D Beyond, which then was acquired by Wizards of the Coast proper. So now there is an official bootleg of his character from Witch Hunter that is now part of D&D canon proper.
Awesome.
That's the fun thing about that.
The more you know.
Not much about that to thought about.
We will be back next week.
Wait, there is one big news story that we haven't covered. The Beast Boy thing.
Oh, apparently
Yeah, so there's been a couple developments in this story, and I'm not really sure what all is going on right now.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put it in. I think it's
we can
still
just
kind of
go
happening.
up to like where we are right now. Where Greg Sipes developed Parkinson's, and he announced it.
He was the voice actor for Beast
He was
Boy
the
on
voice
Teen
actor
Titans
for
Go
Beast
and
Boy
the
on
original
Teen Titans. He's been
Titans.
voicing him for
20 years.
God, well, yeah, like 15 years now.
It's been over 20,
and
like
he
25
voiced
years.
him in
The
the
original
original show
cartoon.
as well. So yeah, well over 20 years. And the same day, Warner Brothers, I believe, fired him from his role as Beast Boy. It later then came out that he wasn't fired from the show completely, and that he was voicing another character on Teen Titans, and maybe it was like he didn't have the energy anymore or something. I don't know.
Well, Parkinson's does affect your voice, so maybe he couldn't do the
so maybe
vocal
he couldn't
range.
do the vocal range anymore. But then he came out and said, "No, this is bad. Like they're firing me, and it's kind of messed up what they're doing." So like, but we know he recorded several episodes as this other character that's supposed to appear. Not really sure what's going on with that right now. That's just where we are. But like,
Very odd.
Warner Brothers is always on some
Whatever saves a penny.
some behavior. They're always doing some activity over there, and it's always great and never detrimental.
No, we love David Zaslav and everything.
Zaslav is always.
He didn't do this, but
I'll blame him anyway.
the general penny pinching that studio does that causes stuff like this to go down.
Yeah, it's very.
Because I'm sure they're getting paid pretty well for 20 years of voicing these characters.
I mean, I would hope so. At least like steady. I
Yeah.
would hope they're getting paid like a steady paycheck for.
But they could probably get someone else to do it for cheaper.
Probably. But like, the thing that confuses me is like if he's like really at all, like I don't know why they'd still be like trying to work him into the show. I don't know what's going on with that?
I don't know.
We'll find out. I'm sure more will come out over the course of
The next couple
over
days,
the next
weeks.
couple days. But yeah, interesting developments. And then The Conjuring Last Rites is the biggest opening of a horror movie ever.
I asked you if we should go see it, and you were
I
like,
couldn't
and you didn't respond.
because of other things that were still in limbo. So like I wasn't sure if I was going to see the movie with someone else or not.
I'm gonna go see it
time.
tomorrow. So
I might be seeing it next weekend.
Well,
Unclear.
we have to go see The Long Walk to talk about on the podcast.
I don't want to watch The Long Walk. I don't care about The Long Walk.
By the way, do you not this weekend, but the next weekend, would you rather do him or A Big Bold Beautiful Journey? I'm leaving
what
it up
even
to
is
you.
Big Bold? What is
That's that Margot Robbie, Colin Farrell have a romantic
him
adventure.
Looks cooler. I want to.
You'd rather do
that.
him?
I do
Okay.
not care about Margot Robbie goes on
a Happy Vision quest.
Makoto Shinkai quest.
Okay, that's great. All right.
For those of you who don't know, he's the guy who did Weathering with You and Your Name, and his most recent movie was about a girl who meets a mysterious guy and then travels to different places through magic doors, and they like develop a romance over the course of their journey traveling through magic doors.
So they stole it.
The only difference is the guy was turned into a chair, and is a chair for most of the movie.
We haven't seen the movie
yet. He's
yet.
a chair who can like run around and talk, and there's an evil cat. It's a little different. But
we don't know.
He could be.
He could turn into a chair.
Know. Anything could happen.
Anything is possible, and anything can be good. Thank you, everybody, for listening and watching. We'll be back next week. Bye-bye.